Monday, Undertale.
That's so strange.
Oh my god.
Alright, we're off the screen now. Oh!
Oh no!
Not my
Tuesday, Imposter Factory.
Alright, brace yourselves for dead bodies, potentially. Oh my god, there's just more. Oh my god, there's just so many of them, dude.
Wednesday, Shipbreaker. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
Should we click on his butt? We can't deduce anything from his butt. Dead ass though. First he killed the Cadopian emissary staff member. Then he was
Friday, Yakuza 0.
Oh hell yeah, get him Goro, give him a noogie. Oh shit, you're not supposed to kill him. What the fuck? We just like murdered him, dude. We're just getting a spar real quick.
Monday, Undertale.
That's so strange.
Oh my god.
Alright, we're off the screen now. Oh!
Oh no!
Not my
Tuesday, Imposter Factory.
Alright, brace yourselves for dead bodies, potentially. Oh my god, there's just more. Oh my god, there's just so many of them, dude.
Wednesday, Shipbreaker. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
Should we click on his butt? We can't deduce anything from his butt. Dead ass though. First he killed the Cadopian emissary staff member. Then he was
Friday, Yakuza 0.
Oh hell yeah, get him Goro, give him a noogie. Oh shit, you're not supposed to kill him. What the fuck? We just like murdered him, dude. We're just getting a spar real quick.
Monday, Undertale.
That's so strange.
Oh my god.
Alright, we're off the screen now. Oh!
Oh no!
Not my
Tuesday, Imposter Factory.
Alright, brace yourselves for dead bodies, potentially. Oh my god, there's just more. Oh my god, there's just so many of them, dude.
Wednesday, Shipbreaker. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
Should we click on his butt? We can't deduce anything from his butt. Dead ass though. First he killed the Cadopian emissary staff member. Then he was
Friday, Yakuza 0.
Oh, hell yeah. Get him, Goro. Give him a noogie. Oh, shit, you're not supposed to kill him. What the fuck? We just, like, murdered him, dude. Let's get a spar real quick.
All right, it's time to get started. Happy Thursday, everybody. How's it going? How's it going? Wow, I was in, like, a different outfit a second ago. It just showed on my screen. That's interesting. Oh, here, let me get at least some music going. So how are you guys this Thursday? Hope you guys are doing well. We are about to continue in one of my favorite game series tonight, in the Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. So, let me see if I can remember what happened last time. Hey, what's up, Papa? How's it going? So this time here, let's just pop over to the game screen since we're going to be talking about the game. Objection! Hell yeah, dude. Why didn't that come up over here? I thought I enabled better TTV over here. Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine. All right, so yeah, as I was saying, last time we found ourselves... Oh, nice. Hell yeah, dude. Perfect one. Ping, ping, ping. Oh, we still need to get sound effects for that, don't we? I need to do that. Fuck yeah, that's badass. Hell yeah, Papa. On this case, what's happened so far, let me see if I can remember. So, Kay and Miles are visiting this embassy for this country. Well, it was one country. This is going to get complicated really fast. So this embassy, I'll first go over, was for a country called Cadopia. Cadopia has since split into two separate countries. I don't remember exactly what their names were, but I remember the symbols are of the flower, as we see here on the wall, and the butterfly, because it used to be a butterfly on a flower, was Cadopia. So they've sort of separated, and they have one embassy building, but they've split the building into two separate parts too. So like the left side is for one country and the right side is for the other country. So that's the setting in which we find ourselves. What happened while we were here? So Miles and Kay started out watching a play of like a live action play of Steel Samurai. And once the Steel Samurai was over, we went out into the lobby, and the reason why we're here in the first place has something to do with the Yatagarasu, but I can't remember exactly why. I think they had put in, like they had sent a card, right? Yeah, that's what it was. The Yatagarasu had sent a card saying they're going to steal one of these statues, I think. One of these, you see that golden statue? And so that's why Miles and Kay are here. So Kay wants to obviously catch the false Yatagarasu, and Miles is here to help her with that, I believe. I think that's how Miles ended up here. And one thing about this statue that the Yatagarasu says it's going to steal is that there's two of them, and only one of them is real. But they both belong to either side of the building. So like one country owns one and the other country owns the other, and one of them's fake. So there's like a big event today where they're going to decide between the two. Like they're going to have someone come in and determine which one is the real one. And so the Yatagarasu, I assume, is trying to steal the real one, I guess, or whatever. So that's why we're here. So once we got here, we watched the play. That was fun. We found out that Kay was more of a jammin' ninja person, which makes sense because she's more of a ninja. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. What happened was... What started it all? Oh yeah, so we had the Steel Samurai, the guy who was playing the Steel Samurai, walked by us, and he ended up being able to go into the left side of the building, which was for the country that seems the least welcoming, is how I'll describe it. It seems to be that's sort of the energy they're trying to put off with this country and how its embassies handled. And Kay was like upset by that, and we ended up going over to the other side, and they seemed to be more accommodating to let us in. But what was the problem? Something happened to where Kay thought the Yatagarasu was going to be on the left side. I can't remember what the event was. Maybe there was a sound or something. I can't remember, but for whatever reason, Kay is like, the Yatagarasu's in there, so I need to get in there, but that guy won't let me in there, so I'm going to go around the other side. I'll see you later, Miles. And she just like runs off into the right side embassy. And really shortly after that, it turns out that there was a fire. Either that or maybe the fire is what started it, and so she started. I can't remember if that started before or after she ran away, but either way, there was a fire, right? And it turns out the fire was where Kay went. Kay went right into the fire. And once Miles finally catches up to Kay, Kay has been apprehended by Sheena, which is Lang's assistant, Lang being this man right here, with the wolf motif. So Sheena was accusing Kay of killing someone because we find that there's a dead body in the room as well. And the dead body is none other than Maddie, or yeah, is it Maddie Cohen or Cochin? I don't know how you pronounce it. I've been kind of going through both pronunciations. But anyways, I'll say Cohen for now. So Maddie Cohen was the secretary for the ambassador for that country, the country on the right side of the building, the butterfly country. We can say that. And what significance Maddie had before that is Maddie was the accused person in the KG8 incident? I think he was the accused, and he got off not guilty. Even though he was guilty of, I think, the smuggling ring stuff. I'm not 100% sure what the details were, but either way, I think the significance is that he was a part of the KG8 incident, which involved a witness dying before they were able to give testimony, which then got Maddie off the verdict. So, anyway, so yeah, that was who the dead body was. And so after doing a lot of logic, we tried to, clear Kay's name, and we at least established a reasonable doubt. And what was the next thing that happened? We needed to go to the other side because of the knife. I think the knife that was used is a part of a set. So as you see here, there's a set on the wall right here. So either country has like almost identical sets of knives. They're like the same blades and everything, but they just have different handles, which are removable and swappable, which is strange, I guess. But then the blades themselves, like the tongues and everything, have like the stamp of the country on them. So you know which set it's from, at least. So there was one knife used from the other set, and it was, but the blade itself had the crest of the flower on it, even though we were on the butterfly side. So I think that's what we used to establish reasonable doubt, because it's like, how can Kay bring a dagger from the flower side over to the butterfly side, because she wasn't allowed on the butterfly side. She's never been over there, so how would she have killed him with this knife? That kind of thing. So we need to explain how Kay used this knife. So I think that's what got us to come over to the other side. So Lang really didn't want us to come over to this side. Lang, again, is the wolf guy over here. And, because he hates Miles for whatever reason. Because he's a prosecutor, I guess. And, so, there was some, reasoning back and forth. But either way, we got ourselves in here. I think because we know Von Karma, and we're Von Karma's assistants. So that got us in here. Spaghetti Confetti! Hey, what's up, Crispy? Welcome in. I'm just going over the recap. I think I'm probably about 3/4 of the way through, but yeah, if you got any questions, let me know. Let's see, where was I? So we finally got over to the flower side, where we are now, and we come to find out that the person who was playing the Steel Samurai was none other than our boy Larry Butts right here, if you can believe it. Larry does not seem like a Steel Samurai guy. And when we're going from Mr. Will Powers down to Larry, I mean, you're downgrading in just muscle mass by at least 50%. So, yeah, anyways, so it was interesting that he was the one that was playing the Steel Samurai, and I guess he's trying to be the Steel Samurai because he's after this girl who's playing the Pink Princess or whatever, of Neo Old Tokyo. And, let's see. Now I gotta get into the smaller details. What do we know? Let's look at our organizer really quick. What all do we have in here? So here's the embassy guide. It's okay, so we have the two sides of the embassy. So it's the Alabast and the Babal is the two. So the Babal is the flower, or no, sorry. Babal is the butterfly, and Alabast is the flower. So that's how that goes. And they have the neutral area, which is the Theatrum Neutralis. And that's where we watched our Steel Samurai play. I do have a question. Boxers or briefs? I don't know. I'm a boxer brief guy. So both? Not briefs. Boxers, I guess, if I had to choose between the two. But certainly not briefs. But boxer briefs, I can be down with that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. That's just always what I wear. Yeah, so there's the two kingdoms. Yeah. Oh yeah, there was a detail in here. The Republic of Babal is the sole producer of Babalese ink, which seems to be important to some degree, which is made from white crystal. They are also known to generously, I don't know. Either way, it's the ink that's the big thing, because it seems like the smugglers are smuggling the ink. The reason for that, I believe, is for counterfeit currency. So I think they're using that ink so that the currency is more legit, because I guess that's one way they keep the currency seeming legit is by using that specific ink. I don't know, dude. It is only made in Babal. But yeah, that was a detail we needed to know. Let's see, on this side it says the Kingdom of Alabas still produces the very luxurious Cadopian paper. Oh, that's funny. So one side makes the paper, the other side makes the ink. How silly is that, dude? All right, that's Ace Attorney for you, though. Let's see here. So here's Maddie Cohen's body, or Cochin. I have no idea. Single stab to the base of the neck, which is also strange. It was like down and in the neck. The body wasn't badly burnt by the fire. Right. Because a lot of things burned in the fire, but the fire wasn't too bad. But it burned a lot of the room, but not the body. So it almost seems like the murder happened somewhere else, you know, per usual. That seems to be the case a lot of the time. Oh yeah, here's a little close-up. So there's the knife that was used. It has the handle on it that has a butterfly on it, but the blade itself had the flower. Oh yeah, Maddie also had the key, the Yatagarasu key, which is actually not a Yatagarasu key. It's a Cadopian key. So yeah, that's interesting. In fact, it might just be Babalese. No, it's a Cadopian, right? Because it has the flower on it too, but it has a lot of butterflies on it as well. Anyways. The only weird thing here is that someone we know probably works in that ink place. Maya's weekend job. You think it's Maya goes all the way over to Babal just to work at the ink place? I think it's interesting that we had like this. I can't remember if it was used as a piece of evidence last time or not, but I remember the last case when we did that flashback. Kay's father, what was his name? I don't remember. Mr. Faraday, I'll call him. He had ink on his hand, and he had a really fancy pen. And that all seems like it's connected now. You know what I mean? Because I don't remember us actually using the ink to actually verify anything, and I don't know that it would ever come up again. But I think maybe it is sort of like a connection between Kay's father and the whole smuggling ring thing. Not saying he was a part of it, but definitely that he was somehow involved, whether he was involved as a good guy or a bad guy. I'm not trying to say either way, but you know what I mean? Yeah, I was just thinking about that. It's kind of interesting. Albastian knife. The blade is definitely Albastian. Was this carried across country lines? Yatagarasu's key. They're still calling it that. Okay. Oh yeah, because the flower was on the blade, but the butterfly is on the key. So that's how it's actually like a Cadopian key, because it has both things. We got the Babal's Premier du statue. Both countries claim to own the real one. Nat treasure, a national treasure. Only Alabast or I don't know what Amb is. In secret can touch. Ambassador and secretary. God, these like shortening it is screwing me up, dude. Cadopian paper document. This was a document that Von Karma had like the 2 of 3, and we found in a safe 1 and 3. So I don't know exactly what the significance of all this is anymore, or maybe yet. But that was something that we figured out last week. Let's see. So we got the Babalese knife handle. This was the one that was on the blade when it was used, right? The one that we found. Let me zoom in a little bit. Check it out, that sweet butterfly on the top of the hilt. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. A knife handle with a butterfly on it. I wonder where the blade that this should be attached to is. There is some of the Babalese ink. Fancy, fancy. Special white crystal oil-based ink. White crystal makes black ink. That's interesting. I guess that's kind of nature for you, though, right? Counterfeit bills. Photo of the Steel Samurai. Oh, yeah, this is something, too. There was a photo that the... Okay, this is a detail I think we need to remember if it's not already been used. Hey, what's up, Aaron? Welcome in, man. Thanks for coming by, my dude. The guy I used to know would always shorten words to things in a game I had never played and got annoyed that I couldn't remember his acronyms. Oh, man, that sounds annoying. It sounds like that guy's got an annoying personality, dude. Anyway, so what I'm getting at here is this is the ambassador for Alabast right here. He looks like a tree. He's got a tree motif. And this is Larry as the Steel Samurai shaking his hand. But the big thing in this photo that is like a big detail is the orientation of the statue, because it's looking to the left while you're facing the wall. But if we back out and we look at it in the room, it's been rotated 90 degrees to the left. So I think we already brought that up last time, but I can't remember what it amounted to, but it's certainly a piece of evidence that's going to matter at some point if it hasn't already. The passion flowers. I don't think we've used this yet. 2 large flowers in bloom. The vines are supported by stakes and are still growing. That was in the window of this ambassador's room on the Alabast side. Samurai sword. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot to mention. There's a dead body in this room that we're in. So I forgot. We came over to the Alabast side because there was also another dead body. That was a part of it. I totally forgot about it. So we come in here, and it turns out that there was another thief trying to steal the statue, and it was none other than Mask Damask the Second. So it was somebody who is just taking up the name Mask Damask after, I guess, Ron did away with it. And he died in here to a samurai sword. And so yeah, that's the weapon for this. Yeah, he killed Damask the Second. Very strange. Hell yeah, he's Ron, bruh. Damask the Second's note: request for the thief or the theft of the Prime du statue with a map to where the statue is. Let's take a look at that one. It's up the stairs on the left. You can't miss it. 5th floor ambassador's office. Okay. So there's their statue. We got both the statues in evidence. Got the samurai spear, which was the one that Larry's been holding as the steel samurai. The top is bent, as you can see. So there you go. It says it's hollow. The top is bent and it's hollow. And we're back around. There we go. We've looked at everything. I think we're ready to get started. Oh, I didn't mean to check. I meant to go back. Boom, and there's Franzi. Good old Franzi. We're just a pop in anyway, buddy. Speak to you tomorrow. Sounds good, man. I will have a good stream. You have a wonderful night. We'll see you later, dude. See you tomorrow. Is there a dead body in every building we go into? Pretty much. I mean, in this game, yeah, pretty much. Keep an eye out for them police. You got it. I'm on duty. And we got, don't worry, we got our detective Gumshoe with us as well. Look at those eyes. He's keeping them peeled. They're only ever closed for like a second at a time. Fucking Gumshoe's on it. I got it, pal. Have a good night, Aaron. What's that emote? That's like an impossible to see emote. Oh, it's one of Toasty's. Oh, it's a puppy. Nice. I have like the dark background on my chat, so it's like so hard to see that emote. But I like it. Now that I see it zoomed in, it's got a little blue heart. I like it. It's cute. All right. Anyway, here we go. Let's get into this. I think the pink princess just walked in the room where we were last time, if I remember right. So let's talk to her. See what she's got to say. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Puppy, and you aren't the first person to ask what it was. Yeah, I think that's the thing with emotes. Like, my personal thought on emotes when I create them is you really need to make sure that you can know what it is just by glancing at it. You don't want people to ask what it is, right? So if people have to ask what it is, then it's... I think that it's not the best emote choice. You know what I mean? Because like an emote shouldn't be something you have to investigate, I think. But that makes emotes really hard to make, like good ones, though. You know what I mean? But that's why a lot of mine are like super zoom-ins of my face. Because if I had it like out here where you can see more of me, you wouldn't be able to see my facial expression when it's at its smallest, you know what I mean? But it is a cute picture, though. It must be of her pup. I assume. Good old Powerade. All right. I have some questions I'd like to ask you. Silence, huh? I don't know what voice I'm gonna give her. Miss Pink Princess. Oh shit, what happened? Oh my god, dude. Wait, wasn't Larry trying to go for the Pink Princess? Dude, look who it is, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh man, Edgeworth has to be horrified, dude. No, I think it's Domm Pew. Is that what it was? Domm Pew? There it is. Oh god, it's Wendy Oldbag, dude. If you guys don't know who that is, that's Wendy Oldbag. I'm pretty fucking sure. Me. Why did Edgeworth say that? Oh, come on, gang. There we go.
This must be what they call fate.
Dude, she looks badass, dude. Look at those orbs she's got there, dude. What a weird design choice there.
How could this happen 2 days in a row? What the? Aren't you Miss Oldbag? Why are you surprised? Ah, so you're the one they got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now.
Fate or convenient? Yeah, fate, or did you plan this, old lady? You are acquaintances with Larry. Yeah, they worked once at a security office together.
Why, yes. We worked at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, my edgy boo. You don't need to be jealous. I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? I guess I've misjudged you, edgy poo.
You misjudged him?
I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know.
That was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do.
Karen Oldbag, there you go. Nothing beats Wendy, man. I mean, Wendy Oldbag, I mean, come on. I get what you're saying, though. The Karen comment.
But it looks like the winds have shifted and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgy Poo. I'll chase you forever, to the ends of the earth.
Isn't that just peachy? I feel like I can't quite get Von Karma after doing Oldbag. It's quite a switch. I wish I knew someone this cool, right? Oldbag seems like she's pretty fucking cool, dude. She's done a lot of cool stuff, even if she's annoying. Sorry, I had to bring my pedal closer.
This is one of those rare times when Francesca and I actually see eye to eye.
Alright, you can ask her about the Pink Princess or the time of the murder. Pink Princess.
Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gatewaterland as the Pink Badger.
What are you talking about? That was ages ago.
That was yesterday.
Look, I worked at Global Studios before, a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning. Kind of out of the blue, actually.
They called you?
Apparently, the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly, so they called me in to replace her last minute.
Do they not have enough people on staff at the studio?
I really couldn't say no, so here I am, playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, she's going to have a terrible time. I mean, it's not exactly great at reading to be a stand-in in the very... I threw the ragdoll instead of the Sirkin, and the audience was in the uproar, because I tell you, they're really just a bunch of simpletons.
I can only ever get, like, 5 or 6 words. I cannot read all that. You're rather lively, old lady. So basically, you received the stand-in request this morning, correct?
You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look.
It appears that she's telling the truth. Stand-in request. Dude, that's now evidence somehow. Okay.
I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears.
Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall.
But being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. That's a letter from my stalker. I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room.
This is a message. Oh, it does say Windy, though. Windy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night. Ooh, that sounds creepy, dude. I'll be descending on you from above. Is he gonna ride in on a motorbike in the next case? Full leather, flame decal helmet. Dude, honestly, I would not be the least bit surprised if that was absolutely true. I mean, she has not ceased to surprise us yet. Now it would be surprising if she didn't surprise us, right? We're now at that stage. I was thinking that was going to be from Larry, you know, just like he did with What's-Her-Face in the end of Phoenix, right? So, the fact that it said Windy, though, because I think he would have meant... Wait, did it say Windy or did it say Mindy? Because Mindy was the girl that usually is it, right? That's what Oldbag just said? I thought it said Windy, but maybe it said Mindy. Would make sense. Or maybe he wrote it in such a way where it looks like a W or an M. Maybe that's the whole point. So she thinks it's for her, but it's not. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Windy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night.
Doctor's handwriting, can't read it.
How absolutely revolting. I mean, you'd think he could get my name right. There's no accent in my name.
Because it's supposed to be Mindy, because she has an I, right?
Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before?
Okay, I was right. It was Larry.
But now that you're here, Edgy Poo, I feel 100% safe.
Where do I factor into this?
You'd bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo?
Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later.
No, come on, Edgy Poo. Stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get.
Letter from a stalker. I miss Lauren licking a ring pop. Yeah, that was a great animation for sure. Just like looking around and then... but Lance gave me this ring. All right, time of the murder is what we're asking now. Where were you at the time of the murder? What were you doing at the time of the crime?
What crime?
What?
After the show was over, I had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm.
Oh, the fireplace. That must have been the fireplace that Larry was trying to climb into, because if I remember right, Larry got in trouble because he was trying to climb down the chimney like Santa Claus, because he was trying to get into the room that I guess Wendy was in, thinking it was Mindy, I guess. Because he's fucking crazy. That's what I think he meant by descending from above, was he was trying to come down the chimney. So that's him descending from above, right? Fucking Larry.
Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? No, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me.
Hold it.
If you could please not cling onto my personage.
In any case, I take it then that you have failed to show up at the Ambassador Alba's speech.
No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. Sometimes I end up pissing myself.
That's not good, Larry. People have become stuck in chimneys and died. Yeah, I know. Larry's such a fucking idiot, dude. That saved his life that there was smoke coming out of the chimney, dude.
As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all.
Can you provide proof of your condition?
No, you just go ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy.
I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant.
But she can leave now. Prosecutor Von Karma, I've brought the police dog as you requested, sir. So ship it in you.
Good work. You may leave now, officer.
Fuck yeah. Can we have this dog? I'm just waiting for one of those booba to pop, right? Those big freaking orbs she's got. Such a weird design choice. I don't even know if you could fit them in there.
This dog.
I requested the assistance of a dog in our search for the Atagarasu.
Looks like the guys have some pretty bright dogs in the country, too.
Woof, woof.
Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of. Oh, hell yeah. It's got the Gumshoe treatment, huh? Oh, Gumshoe? He's like, what? Is that my dog? Oh, I didn't know that was for the police. I thought that was just my dog. I saw Shiba Inu in a dog show I went to a few years ago. Cray things. Wait, what do you mean? The fact that you saw Shiba Inu is crazy? Is that what you're saying? I think his name is Missile.
What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front of and attacks.
That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve the case for us, you know.
Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go!
Woof. Go find the clues, boy. In the fireplace. He found something, dude. Wow. Wow, he really, he found something, dude. Damn. They were nuts. Oh, they were just acting nuts? Okay. Just spun in circles in their cages. Oh, really? That's interesting. I have heard that they're playful, but that they're also clean, because I've heard them described as cat-like dogs, which is kind of interesting. I just think they look adorable. I would love one.
Good dog. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Now, what do we have here? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but...
Wait, Francesca, isn't that an official samurai dog?
No! Bad Missile! He ate it. I wonder if it's all right for him to have eaten that?
It's just a meat substance snack featuring the Steel Samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine.
That's quite a bit of information you gathered there in a single quick glance.
We should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place.
It looks like that snack wasn't all Missile found.
Okay, I thought he had something like cloth-like in his mouth. I think they're cute for a small dog. Don't like their personality, though. They can be very scream if I don't get my way. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've known a couple people who've had them, and their dogs didn't seem that way. So maybe that's sort of like a nurture thing, a little bit. I think all dogs can kind of be a scream if I don't get my way, from my experience. I've just seen some people who don't really do anything to, discipline their dogs or anything, and then they become scream if I don't get my way. And then I've met people who have been very good at, being a dog owner, and those dogs are usually very well behaved. But definitely certain dogs, I assume, can probably be like prone to having certain personality types, right? I can see Gumshoe doing whatever the dog wants. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gumshoe would let the dog just walk all over. Oh, and what do we have here? There's a thing called the Shiba Scream. Oh, is there? But if you teach them right, they'll be good. Yeah, right. Yeah, as long as you got a good owner, right? Like, I think the dogs will probably be okay. But it definitely depends on that owner, for sure. But yeah, I didn't know there was a Shiba Scream. I've probably heard it before, but I didn't know it was called that. Oh, ooh, that was nice. I got a good pop in my back there. I've been doing yoga, and I gotta say, one thing with the yoga I've noticed a lot is that it works my upper back a lot, which is great because I need that to be worked. I've been trying to do like certain workouts and stuff, but I always feel like the workouts didn't really get me there. You know what I mean? So after doing yoga, man, the last like week, the top of my back's been sore, but I've actually been happy about it. Like I said, it's just hard for me to actually get my back like worked out. It feels like I'm always working out a different muscle more than my back muscle, it feels like. But man, those yoga things, whew, today's was a doozy. But I got it. I had to take a couple breaks, but for the most part, I think I got like 70% of it. I want a Domga subscription. Gotcha. How would that work? You're gonna subscribe? What, you just watch me do yoga? Because it's not very pleasant to look at. I can tell you, I'm like shaking and shit sometimes, and I'm fucking dripping with sweat. Like literally, I was in the middle of like a downward dog today, and I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, I don't know if I can fucking hold this anymore, dude. I need to fucking take a break, but she wants me to do like several fucking breaths. Are you fucking kidding me? And the whole time, I just like right from my forehead, there's just like almost a steady drip of sweat like down to my mat. I'm like, dude, I don't think I can fucking hold this. And that would be what a Domga subscription would look like. Just me sweating my ass off, shaking as I'm trying to hold these fucking poses and crushing my fucking balls. Because every other fucking thing needs me to cross my legs hardcore. You make yoga videos and we go along with you so we don't feel like the only ones swearing and shaking. There we go. Okay. I can see that. I can see that. And then we got some solidarity in there, brother. I was sweating and shaking. Oh, I'm swearing too. Well, you can add that one in there. Swearing, sweating, and shaking. I've definitely sweared while I'm doing it. Sometimes I'm like, bitch, I can't do that. Like, I've definitely said that. Because it's crazy. Like, sometimes they want you to, like, fold your body into, like, 3 pieces. And the girl in the video, it's, like, always a small Asian lady. And they can do it so well. It's crazy how they can just, like, go from straight flat to just completely horizontal, like, in 3 parts. Like bend at the knee and bend at the hip and just completely compress themselves. I'm like, I can't even get like halfway there. You know what I mean? So I always feel like I'm doing it wrong. Swearing may be involved, yes. Oh yes, it's definitely involved. Even if it's just under the breath, it's definitely involved. Yeah, I hope that one day I can get at least close to doing what the ladies in the video do, because it does look like it's very nice to be not only flexible, but just to have like a strong enough core and back to hold some of these positions, because sometimes that's what it is, you know. It's just like I have like my core muscles aren't engaging enough, or my back muscles are just too weak, and so I can't keep that weird fucking pose or whatever for very long. Most of the leg stuff I'm okay with. It's mostly just the flexibility of my hamstrings that I'm working on, but I've definitely seen like a huge increase to my flexibility, I guess you could say, in the last month, like from where I started with yoga to where I am now. So that's good. I think my knees really need to work on flexibility too. That thunderbolt pose is kind of rough on my knees, but it gets easier, you know, the more I do it. Swolenormous, or was that Swole? Yeah, Swolenormous, whose podcast I listen to sometimes, does yoga always in the morning. I remember you told me about that because you said he was a man, so it might be like male yoga. It's his way of stretching before a workout. Yeah. See, I'd like to get to that point if I can do that. But for me, like, my muscles are so weak in certain areas. Like, I'm not balanced, I think is probably the best way to say it. Because it's not like I can't do certain things, but it's just like they're out of balance, right? So I have some muscles that can make up for other muscles being too weak. But once I get my whole body balanced with, like, the strength and everything, I think I could probably do that too. Because I think it would make a good pre-workout, but it's for me, it is the workout, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sore because I did yoga, you know, that kind of thing. But mostly it's because I'm, like, you know, shaking to hold these poses when someone like him probably is already well balanced and fit, so he can do yoga and it is just a stretch. You know, for me it's a workout just holding that pose. Hey, Mr. Popo 11. Hey, what's up, Mr. Popo? You a DBZ fan? I assume that's the Mr. Popo you're talking about, but maybe there's other Mr. Popos. But yeah, welcome him. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Sorry, we've been talking and I haven't played the game in a minute, but we will get to the game. But glad to have you, Popo. All right, speaking of the game, let's get back to it. It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing.
I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over and, shit, what am I saying? I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it.
Hold on, what? It obviously belongs to a certain person? Who's that? It obviously belongs to somebody. I don't follow. I assume the samurai dog would be Larry. Larry did try to get into a chimney, so I could see him possibly having dropped the samurai dog down there. I don't know why he would have the sweatshirt though. But is it obvious that it would be Old Bag? You know what I mean? I mean, that's as good a choice as anything, but I'm just trying to think. He is acting like, oh, obviously this could only belong to one person, but like, how are you so sure? Like, how is it obvious that it would belong to Old Bag or anybody? I don't get how that would be obvious. But she is the only person associated with the Steel Samurai who is a female. And so I think that those are the clues that point us towards Old Bag, right? So let's talk to Old Bag. Old Bag, we'll see. I wonder if we have to present it or something. Let's see. It should be obvious to you, player. I hate when they do that. I honestly hate that. And I always feel so fucking stupid because it's like, what's obvious, damn it? I don't, what? All right, let's try it. We can't just talk to her about it, so I think we're gonna have to present it. I saved beforehand, so we got our scum save in there. Found an office fireplace. There is one person here who would own such a shirt. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's the evidence that it's Old Bag, right? Because if there's one person here, which probably means in the room, and she's the only female in the room. So I think you're right. I think it has to be Old Bag, right? So let's try that. Oh, I can't do the voice thing. I'm just gonna have to present it the old-fashioned way. If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt.
Oh, Edgy Poo, what is the meaning of this? Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like.
Thanks, but no thanks. The shirt was found here at this crime scene.
What?
Come now. Why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here?
I know nothing! Nothing, I tell you!
What?
No, I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know? Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect? You're too cruel, Edgy Boo.
Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room?
Of course I am. If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am?
You don't seem calm and relaxed, Wendy.
Oh shit, tablet article's missing, the camera that's missing. Speaking of missing, there's this, when I got married, he said, I guess, proposed, is that, what kind of damn, I can't go that fast. Deserve you, but I can't help it. Will you marry me? Honestly, Mindy Stace.
Well... I don't believe she is lying about her actions. So I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break.
But wouldn't have been this fireplace, right?
And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one.
And how the fuck would that happen? So does the fireplace rotate? Is that what's gonna happen? It's gonna be some rotating fireplace thing? Man, probably. I assume the samurai dog was also yours.
Ah, that brilliant mind of yours. You really can see through everything about me.
And so the feeling of dread continues. But I suppose I should ask for more details.
Okay, I think we get more details to ask about. Yep, samurai dogs. We can ask her about that. Fucking... Did I get him? Sorry if that made a noise, guys. Oh, I think I may have. Yeah, it's his little body right there. Whew. I got like 4 or 5 gnats today too in the fucking light. Still have them around. They just spawn another one, dude. It's a video game. As soon as one dies, it's like, oh, the counter's gone down. One spawn another one. Damn you! Samurai dogs. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it?
No, of course I'm forever yours, my edgy wedgy poo. If you could just stick to what I asked you.
Edgy, are you and Miss Oldbag? No.
You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy.
A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. Wedgie poo. She'd like to give him a wedgie poo so she can see that ass, you know what I'm saying? We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had a pile of them and, I had to pile them all into my push cart just to move them all. Those studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves. Right, Edgy? So, did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? Hey, Edgy! Don't just ignore me and my question. Aren't you going to stick up for me?
Ah, about that. See, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were. The samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor.
Is that what he did? Just dumped them? I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show.
Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well.
Excuse me?
Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it's silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kid's show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to half a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, ah, this is... What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my edgy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me.
Samurai dogs. Why did they come in a box? That seems like a Japanese kind of thing. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Okay, what now? Investigate the fireplace again, I think? That's what that tells me, dude. There's something fishy about this fireplace. It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Yes, I can't say that I see anything unusual about it. But we kind of did just hear something unusual about it, right? There's a strong suggestion that the fireplace in here and the fireplace in the other room switch places, right? Should I talk to Larry? Nope, nothing new there. Talk to Bab? I don't know what it wants me to do now. Sebastian hates when anyone else sits on me, so he comes over and pushes them off. Like any of your other cats, is that what you're saying? He's like, this is where I hang out. Get the fuck out of here. This is not for you. Nothing for Bad. Lang? Can't imagine I want to talk to Lang. You did some investigating over in the Babalese embassy too, right? I did. Is there a problem? Wait, why did Edgeworth just suddenly face away from him? He's just like, I did. Is there a problem? Waving the finger. Why are you doing that, Edgeworth? He's such a jealous cat. Half the time he doesn't want affection, but if another cat is getting it, oh right, yeah, he can't have that. He gets it when he wants it, or when anybody else is getting it. Yeah, he's just poking that guy in the chest. He's just like, oh, who are you, Mr. Man? Think you're all cool with your suit and glasses? I did. Is there a problem?
Like Z says, a wolf who aims to hunt for two rabbits at once.
I believe the idiom you will require is he who runs after two hares will catch neither.
A real wolf can catch both.
I see. So what are you trying to say, seeing as how I am currently handling two cases?
Suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Like such a douche. Alright, Mr. Man.
No matter how hard you try, you'll never be a necessity in our Shifu's investigation.
Is that a fact? But no matter how good he is bound to overlook something.
If you insult Shifu, then prepare to be punished.
All of a sudden it turns into like a turn-based battle. Wendy with that Goku stance. Oh, hell yeah. She's ready to fight. Oh, and how exactly would you punish us?
Every investigator under Shifu's command will work to disrupt your investigation.
Vindictive much?
Okay, so that didn't help us at all. Is there like still a piece of evidence we haven't got? Can we leave and check the room next door? No. Can we talk to Missile again? Hey, boy. Woof. He was a much bigger help than I thought he would be. Yes. However, there are a few aspects I don't understand about what he found. In that case, you should keep on investigating until you do understand. Now, my subordinates continue with the investigation. All right, I will.
It is with great dread that I proceed to do what I must to solve the case.
Lee wasn't said a thing, has he? Lee hasn't said a thing, has he? Well, I just talked to him, if that's what you're saying. He was the one that was that I started poking or whatever. I mean, he's not the one I was poking, but he was the one I was talking to when I was poking the other guy. That's why I made the joke that he's like completely facing away from the person we're talking to, because he said the whole like you chase two hares, you catch neither, but a wolf would catch both. That's what he said. We don't get to talk to him one-on-one, I think is what you're saying. But I did try talking to him already. Yeah, for some reason, him and the other guy, we don't get to do like a whole full-on talking thing to them right now. Let's see what Franzi says. We're gonna click on her down here. Yes. The investigation or missile? Let's start with the investigation. I've only just arrived in this room myself, which is why we need to investigate some more. Yes, I agree. Our priority should be on the understanding what the current situation is. Of course. I was planning to do that from the very beginning. In that case, hurry up and start the investigation already. I will. So let's get started.
In order to find out the truth behind what happened here, I should start by gathering as much information as I can.
I think the game is trying to say, hey player, you missed a piece of evidence, dude. Alright, let's ask about Missile. We borrowed this dog from the local precinct. But is he really capable of handling this case? I thought police dogs were usually of a much larger breed. He may be small, but he is an excellent police dog. Furthermore, he was raised by Detective Gumshoe. You had me thinking the dog was capable until you said that he was raised by Scruffy. Yes, well,
I suppose that wasn't the best of arguments to use.
alright, yeah, it's definitely just that there's a piece of evidence we haven't found yet. There's gotta be. Because nobody wants to say anything to us, so let's take a look at the body again. It's been a week since we looked at that.
I already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take another look.
Okay, so it's acknowledging that I have already looked at it. So there's this cloth. I suppose this was the wrapping cloth Damask II used to carry his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever it was he was out to steal. So this is the murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What did you expect? It's Steel Samurai Daddy's second weapon. I only call it his secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in the real fight. You sure know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw the stage show earlier.
The owner of the sword is the Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is proving him innocent.
Okay, so is that what we haven't done? I haven't presented that to Larry? I bet that could be it. I wonder if we'll get some evidence from that. He's got the note in his hand, which we've already talked about, but we'll go ahead and read about it again. What is he holding? Looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. It would appear that directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. There was something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the Primadou statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say that this is actually a request from someone about what to steal.
Just who is the person that requested the theft of the Primadou statue?
Just who could it be? There was not a single shred of fashion sense in Damask's costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it. You two don't know? You can buy those costumes almost anywhere now. It's being sold? Since when? Since around New Year's. The streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out Damask is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. I can't believe that foolish fool who would dress in fool's clothing and to act foolishly.
We got your point about 3 foolishes back, Francesca.
See if we get anything from Daddy. Just kidding. All right. Let's go present the sword to Larry, because I think we may have not done that last week. Yo, Lair Dog. Oh, no, we do have the option here for murder weapon, so we may have. But we're going to try it anyways. The game hinted at it, so we're going to take the bait. Hey, that's an official Steel Samurai weapon. Huh? What? You want me to do it? Oh, you have no idea how many fans asked that of me. What are you prattling on about? Steel Samurai Sushi Slice! And how is that? I bet it sends shivers up your spine.
I let myself get caught up in being a spectator. How could I have failed myself?
Like, actually, that was kind of cool, Larry. Fair enough. Alright, yeah, there's nothing else to talk to about it. That's all I was going to say. Okay, so that wasn't it. We look at the statue.
I already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take another look.
It's a Primadou statue. There was one of these on the Bobbly side as well. I hear it's very valuable and made of pure gold. It was the national treasure of Godopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alabas and Babal claim to have the real thing and won't budge for their claim.
What an incredibly childish fight to have.
Wait, do I have enough things to logic? I might be able to logic now. I have forgot about that. Logic. Logic. Oh, we do have a couple of things of logic. Okay. Oh, so that's how we do the fireplace stuff. Fuck. There we go. I forgot about the mechanic, and that's always what happens. Okay. Connect my thoughts. Smoke from chimney. Smoke was pouring out of the chimney when Larry thought to climb down it. Undershirt from next door. The undershirt was found in the office fireplace. But how did it get there? Use the fireplace. At the time of the crime, Miss Oldbag was warming her hip in the next room. Use the fireplace and smoke from the chimney. That seems like they would be connected, right? Let's go ahead and say connect and connect. Connect! There was no trace of this room's fireplace being used.
And your point is?
Ahem. Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least, according to Larry. This is a contradiction of facts, is it not?
Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof?
There is testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So, no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the room next was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went?
Ah, I see. So what you are proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldbag's fire. So basically, the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you're implying?
That would seem to be the case, yeah. Which would make sense. Why build multiple chimneys when you can have one? Right? Precisely. Alright, we got some more logic. Undershirt from the next door, and then shared chimney. That's gotta be it, man. Connect the dots. Connect! The lady's undershirt that Missile found.
Ah! Why are you getting all excited over holding on to a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug! If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already.
You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt.
Are you seriously claiming that it has somehow passed through a solid brick wall?
Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other.
Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order.
Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to do before. I was trying to get ahead of the game, but you have to show the picture of the banana. Oh, man. All right, one second. There we go.
There is an X on the back wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can't get a better look at it.
Oh, look at that. The wall's rotating. What the fuck?
What in the...
The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. Who done it? Papa thinks it's the Yatagarasu, which, I mean, it's whoever is posing as them, I bet you're right. Which, hell, I'll allow that. Still correct so far, yep. Definitely still correct, dude. Alright, the neighboring room. There appears to be nothing particular about the next room.
But the fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. Put that one in my logic folder.
We now know that the fireplace connects the two rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as Damask II's killer, are you?
No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe, that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damas II's murder. Huh. So then what... then what happened, dude?
It would appear that the answer has made itself known.
You're making quite the confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you have. Very well, then. If you are prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Can you show me first, Edgeworth? I could really use that. Good! I'm counting on you, Edgy. Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is. My lie?! I know that there is still something you are keeping from the rest of us. What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I should just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself. And throw everything into mass confusion. You made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who is ready to die is strong-willed, you know. Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you. Edgy. Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. All right, fine. This time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you would please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight. Larry's little, like, happy smile laying in that. That's cool. Of how happy-go-lucky Larry is all the time. Honestly, I like how emotional Larry is all the time. That's what I should say. Up on the rooftop, click, click, click. Down in the chimney went Larry Butts. After the show, I left the push cart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then, they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. So then, I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Imagine trying to style a Larry wig. Oh my god. I'd have to just get like a fucking... I would just have to 3D print a spiky headpiece and then just stick that on it and it'd just be a fucking plastic thing. That's how I think I'd have to do that. Honestly, that wouldn't be impossible to do, too. I bet I could get like a brown filament and I could probably model it fairly easy. And all I have to do is get some adhesives and just stick it on my noggin. Because, yeah, that would be really hard to get it to stay up. Larry does have a sweet hairstyle, though. I'll say. Vacuum cleaner and hairspray, I just... Might fuck up that vacuum cleaner with all that hairspray, though. So they wanted to play Santa and give it a try. A creepy-ass tree in the back. Larry, I thought I'd just finished telling you to not lie anymore. But it's kinda ultra embarrassing. What exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? That's the reason why he was up there, right? Edgy, man, I just said it was embarrassing. So of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason it out of me. Okay, hold on. So you're just gonna have to reason it out of me. Why would out be the word that got stretched? Why wouldn't it have been me? I don't know why out was. That's weird. The preposition? As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. I have every intention to, for I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter. Rebuttal. Up on the rooftop, blop, blop, blop. After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Hold it! Confetti! Cockpit! Spaghetti! Brown Betty! There we go. Good old Brown Betty. It's been the best one. It's got the best freaking, like, score so far. You left the pushcart. Could you please clarify that statement for me? Yeah, so the wheels on the pushcart got covered in dirt from the rose garden. It would have made a mess of the floor inside, so Ambassador Albus said to just leave it.
Well, it would be rather impolite to dirty another country's embassy.
Come to think of it, I recall seeing the Pink Princess on my way into the embassy. And what was she doing? Nothing in particular, because she was being carried by some docs on a stretcher. Okay, that's when her hip was too stiff, right?
She must have been incapacitated by the pain in her bad hip that she suffered during the show.
So I came into the embassy, right? And then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. Hold it! Cockpit. Confetti. Spaghetti. Brown Betty. Oh man, Brown Betty didn't work. Hold it! Confetti. Cockpit. There we go. One of them had to work. So you shook hands with the ambassador of the Kingdom of Alabast, did you? Yeah! Can you believe it? I did something really cool for a change. But honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting about shaking some guy's hand. Hey there. Are you disrespecting another country in their own very own embassy? As someone with roots in this country, I'm feeling nothing but incredible shame at this second. Agreed. I apologize for his inconsiderate words. Now, Larry, please continue. What is with all of you? You keep saying that kind of thing and I'll tell you only lies. You're already telling us nothing but lies, so let it go and move on. Now, all right already. You don't need to glare at me like that, Edgy. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. Hold it! Cockpit. Confetti. Spaghetti. Brown Betty. Hold it. Cockpit. There we go. Cockpit 2 in a row. Larry, I want you to listen very carefully and take this seriously. The whole point of your life is to cause misery and pain to everyone you encounter. I know! I get it, I'm totally the bad guy again! I thought you were his friend. Don't you think that was a bit harsh? Lang Z says, true friends are bosom friends. If you are in trouble, call on your bosom friend, whose shoulder you can truly cry on. Hey, bosom buddy! I hope you're listening carefully to my testimony.
Has it crossed your pea-sized brain yet that Agent Lang is only out to arrest you, Larry?
Now then, you were wandering around inside the embassy, and then what happened?
Your Honor,
That's when I spotted the chimney.
there appears to be a new
subscriber. Who is the green-haired man in the back? I will explain that here in just a second. Let me get it on the screen again, and then I'll explain what it is, Charlotte. And welcome in, Charlotte. Thanks for subscribing for 17 months. Holy shit, that's a lot. That's a long time. You were one of my earliest supporters, and I appreciate you for that, Charlotte. Thank you. Motherfucker looks like Wispy Woods. Is Wispy Woods the tree from Kirby? Is that one? Where it says you look dapper. Well, thank you, Ryan. This is my Edgeworth outfit. As you can see up there, that's what Edgeworth would look like with my head. Edgeworth is the other guy you'll see here in a second. All right, let me get that thing on screen and I'll tell you what it is, but we gotta press Larry again. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. Hold it. Cockpit. Confetti. Spaghetti. Brown Betty. Damn it. Hold it. Cockpit. Confetti. Spaghetti. Brown Betty. Okay, one of them had to work. Okay, so you're talking about that thing, right? Talking about this guy. Wispy Woods is for sure that tree from Kirby. Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad I remember that. Cockpit spaghetti. All right, so this thing back here is a tree. So you're totally right on with the Wispy Woods thing. It's definitely a tree. The reason why it looks like a man, the joke they're making here, is it's supposed to look like the ambassador. So the ambassador, I can show you a picture of him here. Let me just switch here. Boop. The ambassador is the guy on the right side of this photo. So there's the ambassador. So he's like, he's got a whole tree motif, and he's like all like nature-y and stuff. That's how his character works. And so they have this tree in the room that looks a lot like him because it's his office. Like that, this is his office, and so he's got a tree that looks just like him. So that's what that's all about. Okay, I get it. There you go, yeah. It's just one of those goofy things that this game series does, you know? All right. I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare. Agreed, especially since they are a traditional feature of American houses. Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys. Yeah, but the kind of chimney I'm talking about is really romantic type. A romantic chimney. They might sound kinda silly, but women seem to really enjoy them. I just had a good feeling about that chimney. I think we know why you had a good feeling about it, Larry. That's what we're trying to uncover right now. So then, I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Hold it! Cockpit! Confetti! There we go, confetti got one. You suddenly wanted to play Santa. Oh, well, actually, I dressed up as Santa once before already. That was down in Gourd Lake. Yeah, I remember that. That was the second game, I think, when we met Lotta Hart for the first time. And that was when Edgeworth was the person that was on the... that was our client. Brown Betty Spaghetti Pit. I'd appreciate if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me. Exactly, because that's when Edgeworth was the one that people thought were guilty. Thought he shot a guy in the middle of the lake. Sounds like you guys share a lot of history. A perk to being childhood friends, huh? Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney, after all.
Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not playing Santa is a big deal?
Sure, why not? We always press harder because that's one of my rules. So we can either raise an objection or don't raise an objection. We always raise an objection. That's one of my rules. Actually, I believe in the case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal. Are you saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa-quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Hey, Edgy! That's so incredibly mean! Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that! I did graduate from junior high, you know! In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to. I was, delivering a present to a child not basking in the glow of love? Man, he really tried there. That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard. But a lie is still a lie. You sure you know how... Wait, hold on. You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that? In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present onto was most certainly this. Alright, and then we get to choose the person down here. I mean, it ended up being Wendy, but that's not who he thought it was. But that's who I have to pick. There's no way it's not Wendy, right? Age, question mark, question mark. I never noticed that. That's funny. It's probably because Wendy doesn't share her age with people. Take that! Take that! Fake cat! Take that! Take that! Take that! Come on, dude! Take that! Take that! Alright, fuck it, we're clicking it. Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect.
Don't spread lies about me. I totally didn't want to see Miss Oldbag so much that I tried to go down a chimney. Ow! I advise you to stop right there in your bashing of a lady. Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have the want to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what? Define wrong impression. I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing the very important fact. Or not knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summed up with this. Oh, shit. The note? I'm gonna assume it's the note. Oh. A letter from a stalker. Okay, let's go ahead and save really quick. Save, just in case I'm not wrong. Take that! Take that! Take that. Take that. Take that. Just experimenting with other strategies here. Take that. Take that. Take that. Alright, fuck it. We're clicking it. That one is like, it used to not be the hardest one. I don't know why it's so hard now. Larry, I'd like for you to take a look at this piece of evidence. No way! But it's not really all that important, is it? It's always like this. You acting so high and mighty and then you bully me. That's why I refuse to look at it. Be quiet and just take a look. Well, if you say so, Francie, but only because you say so.
Some people never change, even if their attitudes do change at the whim of women.
So what's up with that anyway?
Why, it's proof that you never even knew existed, of course.
Oh, is that all? Well, I don't need it right now, so I'll just give it back to you.
What?
I've got you on the ropes now, don't I?
Was that piece of evidence unrelated to the question at hand?
Okay, I did pick the wrong one. What else would it have been?
I need to think through this one more time. Larry didn't know one very important fact when he tried to sneak into the old bat's room.
Okay, so what was the fact that he didn't know? He didn't know that it was her, right? But how do I show that with evidence? Was there a piece of evidence I didn't remember? Was it the lady's undershirt? Because it's old bags? It does say that Miss Oldbag was drying it in the fireplace next door, so I guess it could be this. I guess I'll try this one next. I feel like it's always like a fucking stretch with these sometimes, you know? Because this doesn't feel like it's directly saying anything either. You know what I mean? I don't know, whatever. Let's just go with it. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. God, I don't know what the fuck it is this week, dude. It's like extra fucking stubborn this week. Larry, I'd like for you to take a look at this piece of evidence. Okay, is it also wrong? Very important, noise like this, bully me, that's why I refuse to look at it. Yeah, I guess it was also wrong. Huh. Just load back in. I don't understand. A big hat? You want me to try that? You got it. I can try that. Okay, another new piece of evidence we have are the samurai dogs. Present for embassy staff. Miss Oldbag took and ate a few from the dressing room. I mean, that's not... Like, what did he not know? There's something that Larry didn't know, and we have a piece of evidence for it? Oh, we had a document earlier that Miss Oldbag had, right? The stand-in request. Oh, Jesus Christ. I totally forgot about this, dude. That's just my bad. That is not the game's fault this time at all. This is totally just my bad. I'm just stupid. All right, it's definitely this. Oh, my God, dude. I feel so stupid. Request from Miss Oldbag to stand in for Mindy, the Pink Princess actress who fell ill. Of course, of course! Big hat. Fuck yeah, Crispy, good one. First fucking try, dude. Nice. This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess. Mindy, was it again? It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress. But that's not true, Edgy! She's the one with the hots for me! I just know it! Hell yeah, Crispy. Nice choice. I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Okay, I need to say that one more time. I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beam, I tell you! You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly aberration of a man. You haven't matured at all since we last met. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes? This guy, he's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it. I suppose you could put it that way. Sexy beam, right? Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy? To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That much we know for sure. Hey, Edgy. Looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now. But we're not in court at the moment. Shut up! I see what's going on here, and it looks just like what you do in court. I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Lang Z says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions till everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen. All right! Then get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in a battle of wits. Oh, dude, I fucking doubt that, Larry. Okay.
Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest?
The whole point is we're trying to prove you innocent, Larry. For fuck's sake, bro. So you think that I wanted to, that all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? What is he arguing? Yeah, I think I'm having the same reaction as both of them. Like Lang, he's just like, what the fuck ever? Why'd I even bother? Hey, someone say something! Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this not as a confession, but as a testimony? So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that? So it was you! You are my stalker! But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's wholly focused on one man. Long as Edgy Poo is alive, I can't have a drop. Earlier, I was tempted at the lovely dear Edgy Poo, which completely true to my... God, I'm so bad at reading. Ah! I'm so inspired! I hate when she does that, because I want to read what she's saying, because I bet it's funny, but I can't read that fast. Especially not in Old Bag's voice, dude. You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man.
I thought I heard something ominous just now. Perhaps it was just my imagination.
I believe there is nothing further for me to prove at this point. What do you mean? Of course you still got something to prove. You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy.
Proof, you say?
Remember, Edgy, everything is evidence in court, right?
You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry. But I understand your point.
Yeah, see? I'm totally pro at this now. Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. Okay, so this is when I need the note that he wrote. Okay, getting ahead. Larry's assertion. So you think that all I wanted to do was to go visit Mindy? Hold it! Nice! Gotta hold it. Fuck yeah, dude. Well, I have been saying that for a while now. After all, if not for that, then for what other reason did you wish to go down that chimney? You can't say that without any evidence. That's against the rules, Edgy. Not so fast. Thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line for me, Mr. Suspect. I have the evidence, and if you wish to see it that badly, I can introduce you to. Ah, but it's not good to keep them waiting, my subordinate. Hurry and show them already. Lies! All lies, Edgy! Well, if you wish to lie, then by all means continue. Because I'm ready to expose your lie at a moment's notice. You won't get the better of me. Now, let's see. Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. Hold it! Oh, fuck yeah, got it again. Was the smoke coming from the chimney really that thick? You bet! It was so thick I had tears pouring out of my eyes. It was a mess. Nah. I see. You do realize that you just confirmed for us your chimney escapade? What? That's totally unfair. You tricked me, Edgy. Hardly. You simply have yet to master how to counter this cross-examination technique. Well, what I just said was a slip of the... No, I mean, I said the wrong thing. Besides, isn't this what you really meant to say about what I did tonight? It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Cockpit. Confetti. Spaghetti. Brown Betty. Oh man, every time I say Brown Betty, I assume it's gonna work. Hold it. There we go. Gotta hold it. I'm not quite sure how you could mistake that actress for this lady.
Oh, Edgy Boo, are you staring at me? Ah, are you finally succumbing to my feminine charms?
I should think that the Steel Samurai is the one who should know all about your charms. What? Me? Edgy? What are you trying to do to me? Nothing. Simply that the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess are husband and wife.
Ah, is my poor little Edgy Poo jealous?
Nah. If you could please drop that line of discussion right this instant. But Edgy, I told you, you already have Mindy. Speaking of Mindy, exactly what kind of woman would you say she is? Edgy, are you seriously telling me you don't know who the Mindy is? She's just like what her name means. She's super sweet with a great smile. I don't mean to brag, but she's one of the troupe's fastest rising stars. Interesting. Huh. So you're saying a woman like that is what made you late to the speech? Huh? Curse you two! Why is everyone out to make a suspect out of me? Look! All I can say is this. I was late to the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. Hold it. Cockpit. Confetti. There we go. Another one for confetti, baby. I suppose you might be correct in a small way. What do you mean by that? Besides being a suspect in the murder, there are a few other things you are a suspect of. No, not you too, Francie.
You tried to stalk me, but I won't let you intimidate me like that.
Look! I already told you, Miss Old Bag. I wasn't after you. I was trying to see Mindy. Hold it. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, can I just arrest this guy already? I completely understand how you feel, Agent Lang. No, wait! Please, listen to what I have to say! If you have a serious assertion to make, then I'd consider listening. However... No problem! I'm gonna put all I've got into this, so listen good, okay? But why would I ever put myself through such a humiliation on purpose? Hold it! Cockpit. Confetti. Spaghetti. Brown Betty. Hold it. Cockpit. Confetti. There we go. Just gotta keep going. Just go down the list. Larry, this is the final point you wish to make. You got it. I've called on all the energy I have and towards you with all my soul. In that case, allow me to take that soul and break it. Huh? Yes. We'll stamp it under our feet until it's been ground into a fine powder. A fine powder? She put the helmet back on. Stamp, stamp. No! If you really put all your soul into that, then you're ready for what's coming, right? In place of the Honorable Larry, I offer my soul to you. Larry, come out from behind there and face this like a man. You're scary, my liege.
This whole testimony is one giant confession of all that he's done tonight. He's practically begging me to show why he bothered to put himself through all this.
Okay, so can I present it on any of them? Almost feels like that. Let me see if there's a specific one that really calls to me. So you think all I was want to do is visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up like Santa. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. That could be the one. Then to top it off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's definitely not it. But why would I ever put myself through such humiliation on purpose? I think this might be the one to present it on. Like, why would you do it on purpose? Because you left this note, right? All right, let's see here. We're gonna go to present. And we're gonna present this. Let's see, hopefully this is right. Watch me be fucking wrong again. Objection! 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 Fucking hell, dude. Come on, dude. Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter. Hey! Why are you showing that thing to me? Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving knight. Well, isn't that just romantic? But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? Oh! I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing. You can pretend to be ignorant all you like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay a visit to Miss Mindy.
What part of this letter shows that the person Larry had intended to meet was Mindy?
Well, it's the name at the top. Wow, they really did a good job of making it look like Mindy and Windy at the same time. Because that looks a lot like a W, right? I guess it would be like a lowercase w, but instead this is the start of the M, and then he just brought it up for some reason instead of just going straight over for the I. But it's got to be the name, right? That's what we're looking at. Bishoto. Larry, I suggest you take a penmanship lessons. Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. Windy, right? Yeah, it looks more like what her name, what Windy Oldbag's name is supposed to sound like, right? Getting closer to that pun. That is. If you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again.
What the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English.
You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye.
Hey, stop picking on me. It's so embarrassing.
There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching. But that will have to wait until we're off of this crime scene.
Edgy, save me from the scary man.
Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake.
That wasn't me.
Come again.
It's a fake. Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter. To set me up. Accept your defeat graciously.
Yeah, don't pick on me.
But you guys are being so mean.
Hold it!
No one's being mean to you, Larry. He's such an idiot, dude. Penmanship analysis.
What's that?
No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter.
I'll never write another thing in my life.
Hold it!
Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. For you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. I do remember this one. I know what this one is. Because we got his autograph before we knew it was Larry. And it was very sloppily written. I mean, look at this thing, dude. Look at that, Mr. The M in Mr. Edgeworth looks like a W again. That is so funny. Steel Samurai. It's funny that he's the Steel Samurai Daddy as well. He's not just a Steel Samurai. He's the Steel Samurai Daddy. I'm sure he's happy that someone else is getting treated as badly as him for once, right? And honestly, I don't think they're treating him badly. I think Larry is asking for every single bit of it. You know what I mean? Because he just keeps lying and stuff. And then he's like trying to like fight Edgeworth when Edgeworth is trying to like find him innocent, you know? He's just such a goof, dude. Take that! Fat cat. What was it? Big hat. Big hat. Big hat. Take that. Fake cat. Blah blah. Oh my god. Oh my god, that worked. Blah blah worked. I just said blah blah. And it fucking worked, dude. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. We gotta clip that one. Where's the clip? There we go. I hope that made a clip. I used my clip button. I never use that. Baked rat, we can definitely do that. Baked rat. I might just go with blah blah as well. It might be another one of mine. This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our question soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure.
I'm sorry. I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head, Edgy.
So he finally confesses.
I saw the pink princess being carried around in a stretcher and got all worried, all right? I wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust, Edgy.
Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney? What a criminally overreactive imagination.
Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way, she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney.
Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment.
I'm really, really sorry.
Larry, you may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me. Because at the very least, I can attest to that about you. Now, there's no way Larry could kill anybody, even if he wanted to. Edgy, you're... Ah! Wouldn't it be funny if, like, in a future game, at some point, Larry does murder someone? Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, there actually is a case, and Larry actually is guilty, and you would never think so, because we're trained, basically, at this point, conditioned to believe that he's always innocent. That would be crazy. What a curveball. You've lost a lot of valuable time because of you. No! In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Anything's possible here, absolutely. Mr. Larry Butt sought to climb down the chimney. Not for access to the crime scene, but into the room of an elderly lady next door. He's gonna be mad that she said it like that. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. I also believe it's unbelievable. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet. So don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? No! Hey, what? Edgy, what does the Wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet? He means that the murder weapon... Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the words of the suspect after all. We may have to figure out where he was and what he was doing all night. But that blood-stained samurai sword was left at the crime scene. As long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite. Neji, that guy looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me. I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely Bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got.
I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble. But this is one game I can't afford to lose.
Why Larry? This is called Why Larry. Let me switch to seated mode real quick, guys. Standing for almost 2 hours. Nice. Always good. Shibidi-bop-bop-doo-bop. My pants don't match, do they? Alright, here we go. Oh, now my fan is like right on my face. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Didn't want it blowing my wig around, you know? Or blowing on the mic, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, here we go. Why Larry? I was the one who found the body of the victim, Damas II. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry Butts, in here too. You found Larry in here? Why was Larry in here? Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak into the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you? But he didn't want to sneak into the crime scene. If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? Oh, shit. This is not foreign to Edgeworth. He's been accused of that before. You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do.
This man has some serious issues with prosecutors.
But come on, I can't think up something as complicated as that, right, Edgy? Larry, you are too stupid for that. I can agree, because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you, or me, for that matter.
I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. Or
Irrefutable. I said irrefutable. That's not a word. Why Larry? I was the one who found the body of the victim, Damas II. Hold it! Cockpit! Hold it! There we go. So you were the first to discover the body this time. This time? What's that supposed to mean? You'd better watch what you say. I only said this time because earlier Kay was the first to discover the body in Babal. And your secretary, Agent Sheena, was ready to accuse her of murder for that. Yeah, it's like both of Edgeworth's friends are the people that get accused. It's always how it is. It's always our friend. Ha! So are you going to use that excuse to call me suspicious now? Of course not. I was simply pointing out the usual pattern with discoveries of bodies. But in the Babalise case, there was proof that she was holding the weapon, right? Well, in this one, it's a bit different, since we know exactly where the weapon is. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. Hold it! Cockpit! Hold it! Nice. Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood? Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, but it's not sharp, or so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to deal someone to beat someone to death with it, my bad. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword. Beaten to death, huh?
this last statement is too important to just let slip by.
That means we can press on it too. Besides him was a samurai sword covered in the victim's blood. Okay, slightly changed the way that was said. Oh shit, nope, I meant to... Damn it. I didn't know it was done already. Whoa, I went to go breathe and then some spit went into my throat. Oh god. We're good. I suspect he beat the victim to death with that thing. Hold it! Cockpit! Hold it! Nice, dude. Cockpit's getting it, dude. Is that 3 in a row now? Fuck yeah, dude. About this samurai sword. Have you received a report from forensics yet? They confirmed that the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. All right, but have they confirmed that the outline of this wound is consistent with the weapon? Tell me something. Do you see the dead body right there in front of you? So, if they were conducting the autopsy right now, shouldn't that body not be here? Well, I suppose so.
I guess they must still be investigating this room. Meaning that it's possible he doesn't know about that piece of evidence's true nature.
What, that it's hollow? I assume? Right? Because that's the spear is hollow, so wouldn't the sword also be hollow? Right? Anything else you'd like to chit-chat about? No? Good. Now let's continue. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it in here instead. Body seems like it could be, contaminated. Like it could be what do you mean by that? It could be contaminated? What? How do you mean that? Hold it! Cockpit! Oh man, I was really hoping cockpit for 4 times in a row. Confetti! Spaghetti! Brown Betty! Hold it! Cockpit! Damn, dude, what the fuck? Confetti. Spaghetti. Brown Betty. Okay. Oh. Right as I give up, it's finally like, no, we got it. What the hell, dude? Said it's in the room with them, or did I hear wrong? It is in the room with them. I just don't know what you mean by contaminated, though. That doesn't explain why you say contaminated. Like, it's been in the room the whole time because this is the crime scene. And it's still got the outline around it. The reason why it's still in the room, what they were saying is that it's still in the room because they haven't done the autopsy yet. Because Edgeworth was talking about, well, are you sure that's the murder weapon? Because you'd have to, like, say that the wounds are consistent with the weapon, but then Lang was like, well, we haven't done that yet because the body's still here, idiot, is basically what he was trying to say to Edgeworth. And he's like, all right, fair enough. If the body's here, that means you don't know. But basically the game was just trying to point out that there's something about that murder weapon being able to kill someone, I think is what it was trying to say. Because I assume the piece of evidence he's talking about is the spear, because the spear, like, Larry hit it with something and it bent because it's hollow. And so he thinks they were beaten to death, so I assume the sword is also hollow. That's what I'm thinking. But, yeah, I'm not, unless the contaminated thing still makes sense somehow, Crispy. I'm not sure what you meant. I wasn't sure how long they left the body there while people were investigating. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, it's just like for those convenience sake thing. It's just like, we're just not that part of the investigation. I don't know that they would ever let a body stay there for too long, right? If the police are here, then they would try to do things in whatever way makes the most sense. At least you would hope so, unless Gumshoe's on the case, right? Ain't that right, Gumshoe?
Hey, pal, I'm a good cop.
Larry has already testified that he forgot the samurai sword here.
Yeah, I was shaking hands with the ambassador in here, and I left it behind by accident. So what? You lied earlier, so who's to say that this excuse isn't just another lie?
But I forget stuff all the time, right, Edgy? Tell him. Why don't you tell him yourself?
You see, what did I tell you earlier? No one will buy such a pathetically weak excuse.
Yes, well, I know that it's not possible to prove such an excuse as truth.
And yet you offer it up as a fact? You're a worse person than I originally thought.
You are free to think what you would like. However, I know that Larry is not the killer. Agent Lang, please continue with your argument. I'll expose the flaw in it soon enough.
Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry Butts, in here too.
Hold it! Cockpit! Nice, another one for cockpit. Just because he's the owner of the weapon, therefore he must be the killer, is it?
No. Climbing all the way up to the chimney is plenty suspicious in my book as well.
Regarding that, I have already drawn the truth out, and the truth is one thing I don't bend. You think he believes you?
It doesn't matter if it's you or whoever. You prosecutors are all the same. And as for me, prosecutors are the only thing I don't trust in.
An agent who doesn't trust prosecutors? What are you playing at?
Sorry, sis. But there are only two things I trust. My subordinates and evidence of the crime scene.
Agent Lang hates prosecutors. But as long as he trusts evidence that has been left at the crime scene, then there is something I can show him that he can believe in. It's simply not possible that the samurai sword is the real murder weapon. So I should focus on proving that point to Agent Lang first.
I think I know how to do that. Okay, what's the one who found beside the victim with samurai sword? It's this one. I suspect he beat the victim to death with it. It's gotta be this one. So we're gonna save. Then we're gonna present. Samurai sword. Present! Oh, no, my bad. No, I'm supposed to... Fuck. Hold on. I picked the wrong thing. It's not the samurai sword. It's the spear. It's the sword that couldn't be it, but the spear is what proves it. Hold on. That's my bad. It's just a lapse in judgment. All right. Present the spear, which is on the third page. Here we go. the fact that it's bent because it's hollow. I think that's the thing we're trying to get out of here. Could be wrong. Oh, let's say it. Try to say it.
Objection! Objection! Erection!
Oh man, I was really hoping erection would work.
Objection! Erection!
Fuck.
Objection! Objection!
God damn. I don't know what it is tonight. Why is it so much harder than it normally is? Oh, we got that little finger tap on the forehead.
Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? Heh, that's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago.
Confection? I can try that one.
Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapon of heroes throughout history.
It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. Of course you would say that.
I think the whip is in a slightly different category.
Yeah, it's not really a weapon, is it? I guess if you put, like, something at the end of the whip, like a small blade or something, it could really become a weapon. It's more of a torture device in a way, right? I mean, unless you're talking about it being used on animals, it's not necessarily thought of as torture. It's more like a conditioning thing. But for people, it's like flagellation or whatever, right? Whipping people in the back because they've done bad things, or, you know, they disobeyed orders. They used to do it for whatever back in the day, didn't they?
So, what's your point? Are you going to tell me that the spear is the real weapon?
No, I simply want you to take a look at this section here.
The way it's bent?
Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in this embassy earlier. As you can clearly see it, the insides of the Steel Samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they are replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow. Let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet, there's not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that?
Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. But I wish they'd make them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent. I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show.
The Steel Samurai special move was changed tonight because of him?
I think they made a point of that during the show at the very beginning, that he did a different move. I think they even like mentioned that earlier. Samurai data updated? What was updated about it?
Youch!
That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Now, back onto the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion.
This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se. So all I can do for now is to let the chips fall where they may.
Using guesswork and taking risks in place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Miss Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I'm not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt this record of a 40-year-old win streak will ever be broken. I mean, 40-year-old win streak, but he was using falsified evidence, so do you still keep that as valid? I mean, just because he got away with it doesn't mean that that still makes him a good prosecutor. I mean, come on, dude. But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken. For one should have no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place. Exactly. What a foolishly foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory. That may be your opinion. However, I don't believe that's all we are.
Oh, Lang is like, ugh. Well, he might be speaking my language. I don't know if I like that. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth. You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump, and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damas II without bending it.
Well, then, how can you demonstrate that?
So what do you think of my hypothetical scenario?
I think it doesn't stand up to Occam's razor. You know what I mean?
I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need.
Of course.
What I need is evidence even Agent Lang can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close.
Oh, shit, so what are we proving now? Fuck.
It's possible to use a samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy, top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon?
I mean, I guess, but I feel like you're cutting a bunch of shit out, dude. Making some assumptions. How long do you intend to cling onto that preposterous theory?
As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we left unturned. And we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That the only place inside the embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword.
You left no stone unturned. Is that a fact? You got to prove it with evidence.
If you've got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you. Right, here we go. Cross-examination, the rebuttal.
It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. Hold it! Cockpit! Confetti! Spaghetti! Brown Betty! Hold it!
Okay, cool. It's like it just wants me to do it a certain number of times every time. It always feels like. May I inquire as to how you are able to make such a claim, Agent Lang?
Lang Z says, capable of miraculous beyond comprehension, a mysterious creature is man.
Rather than man, it's Agent Lang's quotes that are getting increasingly incomprehensible.
The human body is a mysterious thing, even with a toy-like sword. It's easy to kill a man if you hit just the right spot. Which is why I think it's possible to kill with this thing without leaving a dent.
Well, then let's check the body. If you're saying there's a specific spot where he could have used the sword, then let's just look at the body. It's right there. Have we identified the wound? We need to get a fucking autopsy, dude. Like, what the fuck? Why are we jumping to conclusions before you have all of the evidence, Lang? Fuck, dude. But you can only be sure one way or the other by seeing if the wound matches the sword.
I know that. But as long as it's a possibility, I can proclaim it as much as I like. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. Hold it! Cockpit! Confetti!
Oh, there we go. Maybe he did it. Maybe. Fuck, maybe. I mean, Callisto's got to be a part of this somehow as well, right? Callisto Yu? She's the one that's going around acting like she's the Yatagarasu. When in fact, she just works for the smuggling ring, those bastards. But you must know that your conclusion is wrong.
Given the circumstances I'm in, the only people I can trust are my subordinates. Because they're a much more trustworthy bunch than you prosecutors will ever be.
And you call yourself a professional?
You still don't see it, do you, Mr. Prosecutor? You have to earn my trust. And the only way to do that is to show me proof of another possible murder weapon.
Another possible weapon. In this room, there is only one other thing left. This is going to be a gamble, but I can't withdraw from the game now.
You're not going to get me to trust you by the power of your glare alone, you know. Plus, I have other reasons as to why I think the samurai sword is the murder weapon. We searched the embassy, top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. Hold it! Nice.
First try. The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai sword.
That's right. Even with luminol. Which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what we've already outlined.
We have a problem with Agent Ling's assertion that the samurai sword is the weapon.
I mean, we have to raise an objection, right? Because that's our whole fucking point here. Isn't that like what we're doing? Raise an objection because it's one of my rules. If you believe that there is no other door possibility left to open, then allow me to force one open for you.
And how do you plan to do that?
By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon.
The real murder weapon. I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy. And they've concluded that nothing else could have been used as a weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis?
Of course. Because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation.
What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games, and I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men.
I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely, that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is the real murder weapon.
All right then. I'll play along for now. The real weapon that killed Master II. What exactly is it?
The real murder weapon which not a single person has yet to touch is this. It's the statue. The statue is only allowed to be touched by the ambassador and the secretary, and it was rotated 90 degrees after the murder took place. So it's definitely the Alabast statue, right? It's definitely the statue, right? It's obvious, player. Now we're trying it. Take that! Ooh, nice. Didn't even have to try Baked Rat. The national treasure of Alabast.
You mean the Prima Du statue?
Yes. And as you know, only the ambassador and the secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct?
You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of the Ball. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined.
So what are you saying? Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction the statue was facing just before and after the crime are different. And there is only one conclusion I can draw from that.
Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Shifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words. He is most definitely trying to trick you. Shifu, please, let us be rational about this. Lang Zi says, just go already. Yes, sir.
Like it was just like, you know what, fuck it, just go. I fucking told you to.
Shifu. Yeah. I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Prima Du statue. I see. Wait! But then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go and speak with the ambassador personally. Save your breath. You may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. Or he may act, not you, my bad. But I guess you've got to be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? Agent Lang, what do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. But Sifu, what about causing an international incident? Quiet. I'll take the fall if I have to later. Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine. So if someone is to take the responsibility, let it be me. Responsibility? If we're going to talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then. Less talk and more investigating.
It's like, plus I'm the one the player is controlling. Let the player do it. Why should we have to do it when there's a player here? And the whole point of why he got this game is to do this exact thing. Alright, one sec. This is called Ace Attorney Investigations. Or have you forgotten, Agent Lang?
I haven't forgotten.
If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken.
Agent Lang, I'd like to run a luminol chemical analysis test on the statue. Chemiluminescence? Yeah, I think that's what's chemiluminescence, right? Chemiluminescence, yeah, chemiluminescence.
A luminol test? Ah, good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay, let's get the forensics team in here.
Is it Emma? It'd be cool if Emma was here.
Looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess that this means that this is the real weapon that killed Damas II.
Indeed.
But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook.
Oh, fuck, Lane. How many more fucking things you got on it?
It doesn't prove that he didn't kill Damas II, so the charge remains.
You're hardly done examining the statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required.
Huh, you think so? Okay then, knock yourself out.
Okay, so we're at the bottom screen now. Oh, look at that. That's a big old handprint on the bottom.
Seems suspicious. And what do we have here? This dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint. What's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we've got some fingerprints to analyze.
Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. But it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now.
A bear paw?
Hey, forensics guy. I want results of these fingerprints ASAP, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir. Good. And?
Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Balabee's embassy? The prints belong to him, Mr. Manny Cohen, sir.
Holy shit, it was Manny Cohen?
But that's... What's going on around here?
Forensics guy. Oh, yeah. Or as people in my school would shorten it, would be 4 and 6. That's how people used to shorten it in text back when I was a kid. I'm important too. No, that's impossible.
Each Prima Due statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Cohen's fingerprints are on this one.
Okay, hold on. Before we get for too much farther than this. So, could it be that Manny... Oh, shit. That Manny was trying to switch the statues Like, he knew that the Alabast embassy had the real one, and so he had switched the real, well, you know, the embassy statues to make sure that the Bobbly's one was the real one. You think maybe? I think that could be one possibility, that his handprint's there, or it could mean that he's the murderer. I don't know. Because just because the handprint's there doesn't necessarily mean that it was the person who committed the murder. But why would they have their hand underneath it if they were murdering someone with it? Wouldn't they have it on the sides, not on the bottom? I don't know. It remains to be seen.
It leads me to only one conclusion.
This statue is actually Babal Primadou's statue.
Impossible. It can't be.
I think that's what he's supposed to be saying. Like, he's fighting, right? He's like, oh shit, fight or flight.
Larry never once set foot on Bobbly's soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an Abelhastian knife in Babal. And Damask II was killed on Alabastian soil with Babal's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yatagarasu, who visited both countries. And the pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form.
Oh, we were hearing from Edgeworth from the future there just now, weren't we? Interesting. Say yes. Yes, please. Man, I'm getting a little hungry. I'm going to have to get something to eat after stream today. Maybe I have to go out and get some Taco Bell or something. I really like this song. It's a good one. Na 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 na. Give me just 1 second there, folks. Hey, you know what? Let's just take this moment to shout out all you lurkers out there. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I also appreciate you, Crispy, for not being a lurker and chatting me up. I appreciate all of you. So thank you. Hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am, because I definitely am. All right, real. March 14th, 9:21 p.m., open air stage.
I've left the Damask II investigation to Francesca and returned to Babal. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue.
Mr. Edgeworth!
So, Kay, what's the situation?
Oh, it's great! Investigating is so much fun!
In other words, they've made absolutely no progress.
Hi, lurkers. Hey there, Crispy. Hell yeah.
We weren't goofing off, honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out.
Very well, then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation?
We've had a really fun time, sir.
I knew it. Zero progress.
In any case, Detective Gumshoe...
In any case, Detective Gumshoe. I just saw Gumshoe's name and I started speaking as him.
Yes, sir?
You have permission to enter the Alabastian embassy. Is that correct?
Yup. As a local detective, I'm helping out with the investigations on both sides, sir.
Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask.
The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir?
The kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday.
Understood, sir. Oh, it's fucking windy. Oh, man. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her.
I love that. That's like one of my favorite animations by Gumshoe. Just... Oh, I love it.
And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere.
He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him.
Evidence that has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either.
What? Are you really going to throw away that autograph?
Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up into a ball and disposed of.
Wait, what? What do you mean, fake?
Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. I'm just going to ignore Kay.
Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Okay, interesting. This has never done that before. That's interesting. Okay, is now my assistant again.
Hey, you're not going back to the Alabasta already, are you?
No, not yet. Still need to gather a bit more information first. Man, I walk like 2 steps in one direction and the game's like, no, you're not supposed to walk that way, dude. Oh, fuck, I don't know. A ladder. Very interesting.
Actually, that's a stepladder.
They're the exact same thing.
No way! From their structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from the thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder. A step ladder is much too heavy to carry around after all.
And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake.
Edgeworth hates earthquakes, dude. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they're for the renovation.
Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here, or any other treasure for that matter.
Kay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this, is a smell of sweat.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! That was a pretty good play on words there.
Ah, Gummy! Don't randomly jump into one of our dialogues like that.
Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe?
No, it's not like that, sir.
Here's Gumshoe while they were talking.
Oh, what are they talking about over there? Oh, is it cement or something? Oh man, Edgeworth just made a great joke. I better say something about it.
I should have had the inner voice on over that.
Mr. Edgeworth!
You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective.
Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir.
That was a conversation. So, what did you find out?
Oh, well...
I take it he has found nothing of any particular use, as usual.
Oh, I look so discouraged. It's alright, Gummy.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! I got something really interesting from Ambassador Palineo.
Oh? And what is this something interesting?
This, sir.
A lantern? That's cool.
Wow, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's a real treasure there.
Why does the flame burn green, Detective?
So apparently, if you burn the special white crystal oil that they make only in Babal, it burns this green color, sir.
That's definitely gonna be something later, dude. There's no way that's not gonna be something later. For sure. Interesting. It's a special property of the oil.
I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out.
Hey, Gummy, what about these silhouettes?
They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it'd project the images.
Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Very, very pretty. I like it.
Wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation.
Hey, what's wrong, sir?
Gumshoe like, this important for later, yeah, right?
You're gonna want to remember this one, alright?
There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much?
Uh-huh. You got it, sir.
Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff?
Ah, well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner.
Ah, I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant.
I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Silhouette lantern. Silhouette lantern data jotted down in my organizer. Okay. Shall we look at the lantern? Think we can check it out? Perhaps? Perhaps. Nope, there's no check button. Runs on white crystal oil, which burns green. It's a Bobblese souvenir. Wonderful. Wonderful. Mr. Palanejo. Ah, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these, you can eat whatever you like. And these are discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern, however, these coupons do nothing for me right now. We got open air stage in Près-Midi Statue. Open air stage first. This open air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally, we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract the extra bit of attention to Babal. I heard that tonight over in Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cohen told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of that fire the Atagarasu started. Exactly. Primidu statue, up next. Ambassador Palanejo, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Primidu statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabas and Babal used to be one country called Cadopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Primidu statue belongs to the founders of Cadopia. At least that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed upon the king of Cadopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it? Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabas and Babal were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Primidu statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy.
I wonder if Ambassador Palanejo knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and use what he has to and see what he has to say about it.
So I guess we're saying we're going to show him the fingerprints, I guess? We're not doing that yet, though, because we got one more thing. We can ask him about Manny Cohen. Ambassador Palanejo, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, and don't worry. You can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I'd expect you'll be coming to a ball, yes? Thank you. But just the one thing is all I require. Manny Cohen, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Oh, he didn't like that, did he? Sure. I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings.
Sounds like Mr. Cohen had a very sharp mind.
Recently, Manny had been really busy. Since I became the Babalese representative at the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, had tonight's events proceeded without a hitch, our two countries were to reunify to become one again.
Really? You guys were gonna reunify in this? Fuck, that sucks. Damn.
But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not.
Okay, so now we're gonna present him the handprint on the bottom of the statue.
Well, what? I guess I gotta present the statue itself, right? The alabastian one. Present. Ambassador Palanejo, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Primidu statue sitting in Alabast right now actually belongs to Babal. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Karmer about this earlier. Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's Primidu statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession. Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. And it is definitely Alabast statue. I know because it's the real statue. Then you're saying that the Babal statue was a replica? I am embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that day of being betrayed by my own secretary. The real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic?
Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast?
Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened.
Oh, I see. There's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country?
That's the gist of it. Babal is just as strict as Alabast.
So I think... So, okay. Whoever did this,
Which I can only assume is Callisto.
the whole point of this must be that they're trying to keep the countries apart, right? Because it sounds like they're trying to fuck shit up and make the countries angry at each other, right? Because they used an Alabast knife to kill someone on Babal, and they used the Babal statue to kill someone in Alabast, giving them both reasons to possibly be mad at each other. And to me, that says that that was the aim. Like, nobody actually wanted to steal anything, the Yatagarasu or whatever. Didn't actually want to steal anything, they just wanted to fuck shit up. At least that's my theory, anyway. Let's see, we'll get to the end of this conversation between these two, and then I gotta go to the restroom. In their inspection of the people and things that enter their country, meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries.
You mean the fake Yatagarasu?
In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected. Of this I am sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden on the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of the boundary. Geopolitical destabilization, let's fucking go! Hell yeah, dude. That's a mouthful. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least, that's why I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste.
Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth.
The fuck is that? Some crazy guitar pick? What is it?
My guess is that it's a giant guitar pick.
Oh, that's a guitar pick. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, Kay. Can I get a fist bump, girl? Come on. Kay. Don't leave me hanging. Aw, man.
My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now, over there. Do you think it'll be of any use?
There was a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? Doesn't look like there's anything it could get wet from around here.
I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open air stage from time to time, right?
All right, I'll find its owner later. So it is a pig. Oh, that's funny. Because it looks golden and shiny. Honestly, I thought it was a lot bigger. But she's saying it could be a guitar pick, so it's tiny. That's crazy that she even found it then. Huh. Oh, that says you tried. Nice. That's another one of those words. The you tried is so small, I have to like zoom into it, you know what I mean? Oh, that's funny. Oh, cool. That's from Trash FES. Nice. You got a sub from him? Hell yeah, Crispy. That's cool. That's what I'm talking about. Rated him a little while ago. Oh shit, now I can't get rid of the zoom in. No, stop. Get out of here. Get out of here. No, refresh. There we go. Oh shit, got another one. Did you guys hear that? I got a pop on the old bug light.
Oh yeah, there's one more thing.
I'll let the streamer know you can't read it. It's not that I can't read it. That's what I was saying. I was saying is that I can't read it by just looking at it in the chat. It's too tiny, right? You know what I mean? I had to like look at it closely and then zoom in on it, and it was like, oh, it says you tried. Got it. You know what I mean? But again, like my philosophy is like, don't put something that needs to be easily read like on an emote, right? That's how I feel.
Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this?
What is this?
It's misused perfume. It's a bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago.
Wow, you've had it for 7 years?
I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time.
Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. If we get Missile, dude, maybe Missile can hunt down fucking you. Hell yeah. Too small. Yeah, exactly. Too small. Ba-da-da-bum-bam. I guess to me, like how I would do something like that, if I wanted to have a you tried thing, that would be like, I guess that's like the trombone, right? Like I would just play this because this has that same energy. You know what I mean? But I guess if I wanted it as an emote, I would just probably do something more like a shrug or something, you know, like the emoji of like the guy that's just like shrugging or whatever. That's basically like the same energy, right? Try to like have the same energy that you're looking for, but make it so that people can see that energy just by looking at it. Because at first I just saw a star and I'm like, oh, maybe Crispy really liked the joke I just told. And then I look closer and it says you tried, and I'm like, oh, okay. I got a gold star just for trying. Either way, I'm not trying to bag on. I think this is the point. I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick, and then we're gonna go check out the rose garden. How's that sound? Let me just pause it. I guess I don't have to pause it. I don't know why I'm pausing it. I'll just leave it up, and we'll go into BRB. All right, BRB, guys. We're gonna go to the restroom. Good time for you guys. If you need to get up, stretch, walk around, get something to eat, get something to drink, go to the restroom yourself. Do it now. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Don't go away.
Monday, Undertale.
That's so strange.
Oh my god.
Alright, we're off the screen now. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh. Not my
Tuesday, Imposter Factory.
Alright, brace yourselves for dead bodies, potentially. Oh my god, there's just more. Oh my god, there's just so many of them, dude.
Wednesday, Shipbreaker. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
Should we click on his butt? Oh, we can't deduce anything from his butt. Dead ass though. First he killed the Cadopian emissary staff member. Then he was
Friday, Yakuza 0.
Oh, hell yeah. Get him, Goro. Give him a noogie. Oh, shit. You're not supposed to kill him. What the fuck? We just, like, murdered him, dude. We're just getting a spar real quick.
Monday, Undertale.
That's so strange.
Oh, my God.
Alright, we're off the screen now. Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh. Not my
Tuesday, Imposter Factory.
Alright, brace yourselves for dead bodies, potentially. Oh my god, there's just more. Oh my god, there's just so many of them, dude.
Wednesday, Shipbreaker. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
Should we click on his butt? Aw, we can't deduce anything from his butt. Dead ass though. First he killed the Cadopian emissary staff member. Then he was
Friday, Yakuza 0.
Oh, hell yeah. Get him, Goro. Give him a noogie. Oh, shit. You're not supposed to kill him. What the fuck? We just, like, murdered him, dude. We're just getting a spar real quick.
Monday, Undertale.
That's so strange.
Oh, my God.
Alright, we're off the screen now. Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh. Not my
Tuesday, Imposter Factory.
Alright, brace yourselves for dead bodies, potentially. Oh my god, there's just more. Oh my god, there's just so many of them, dude.
Wednesday, Shipbreaker. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
Should we click on his butt? Aw, we can't deduce anything from his butt. Dead ass though. First he killed the Cadopian emissary staff member. Then he was
Friday, Yakuza 0.
Oh, hell yeah. Get him, Goro. Give him a noogie. Oh, shit. You're not supposed to kill him. What the fuck? We just, like, murdered him, dude. We're just getting a spar real quick.
Monday, Undertale.
That's so strange.
Oh, my God.
Alright, we're off the screen now. Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh. Not my
Tuesday, Imposter Factory.
Alright, brace yourselves for dead bodies, potentially. Oh my god, there's just more. Oh my god, there's just so many of them, dude.
Wednesday, shipbreaker. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
Should we click on his butt? Aw, we can't deduce anything from his butt. Dead ass though. First he killed the Cadopian emissary staff member. Then he was...
Friday, Yakuza 0.
Oh, hell yeah. Get him, Goro. Give him a noogie. Oh, shit. You're not supposed to kill him. What the fuck? We just, like, murdered him, dude. We're just getting a spar real quick.
Monday, Undertale.
That's so strange.
Oh, my God.
Alright, we're off the screen now. Oh!
Oh, no.
Oh. Not my...
Tuesday, Imposter Factory.
Alright, brace yourselves for dead bodies, potentially. Oh my god, there's just more. Oh my god, there's just so many of them, dude.
Wednesday, shipbreaker. Thursday, Edgeworth Investigations.
Should we click on his butt? Aw, we can't deduce anything from his butt. Dead ass though. First he killed the Cadopian emissary staff member. Then he was...
Friday, Yakuza 0.
Oh, hell yeah. Get him, Goro. Give him a noogie. Oh, shit. You're not supposed to kill him. What the fuck? We just, like, murdered him, dude. We're just getting a spar real quick.
Monday, Undertale.
Thank you, Crispy. I really appreciate you saying that.
Oh, my God.
Thank you very much. Sorry that took a little bit longer than I expected, guys. I getting a little hungry. So I went ahead and toasted a English muffin for myself. So it took a little longer than I thought. Sorry. But we're back. Oh, I need to rebutton up my vest. Until I was getting down to business in there. Alright. At least do just a top couple for now. Okay, here we go. Yeah, once again, thanks for sticking around, everybody. I appreciate you. And let's continue. Take a bite of my muffin. Wish I had some jam or something. I think I'll be returning to the investigation at Alabas now, but...
I know. I'll go back to Babal and do some more investigating there.
The one thing about some of the clothes I wear is they can be a PITA, P-I-T-A, when you need, or pain in the ass, sorry. When you need to use the bathroom. I see, yeah. Kind of like this whole getup, right? I mean, luckily, I'm just wearing like shorts while I'm wearing like harem pants or whatever, but they're basically like shorts. So that wasn't too hard, but like kind of getting everything else out of the way. And also like I get really warm. I'm assuming everybody does. Like when you have to go to the restroom, you get like very warm. That was like one of the indicators to me that I had to go at all. It's just because I was like, why is it like feel so warm in here all of a sudden? It's like, nah, dude, you just need to use the restroom, dude. March 14th, 9:58 p.m. Rose Garden. We know who that is. Who uses full names, huh? Franzi.
I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. How are things in Babal? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl.
The investigation into Manny Cohen's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has.
Ah, yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous.
Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where a witness claim, or where... Oh, shit, goddammit. I heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu.
That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabast. And that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished.
The thing is, if it's just the shadow, then it doesn't mean that the actual person is here, right? I think like that might be part of it, right?
After that, there was the fire of that Babalese embassy that the Yatagarasu started.
So they just put, you know, a silhouette there. Maybe that's what the whole lantern thing was for, right? Because the lantern's supposed to cast shapes on the wall. Maybe that's supposed to give us that hint, you know?
I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence.
A big investigation! There's a broken light over here.
There was an overturned spotlight here. When the Yatagarasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over.
I'm having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here.
I thought to use my whip to capture the Yatagarasu. However, there were people in my way and I was unable to land even a single lash.
I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead.
Yeah, probably. I'm wondering if this statue could be part of the silhouette. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primadou. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart.
I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that.
She just like disses him the whole time. Look at this one. Interesting. I feel like the poses that these statues are in could be combined to create the Yatagarasu image. I'm not sure. It might be jumping to conclusions over here.
The statue bears a resemblance to the Primadou statue. The plaque says King Primadou and the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primadou put his life on the line and went to war.
So Primadou was actually a person of royal blood.
I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed.
I suppose there's that, too. He does look like the Steel Samurai for sure.
There was an overturned spotlight here.
Yeah, she's gonna say the same thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Got a bunch of shit in the water, dude. What the fuck?
There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh. No, all of a sudden it's full. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. The fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it was, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level.
Which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it, just in case.
Yeah, because there was a fire, right? So then they came and got this wood, or not this wood, this water to put out the fire. That tracks. Makes sense. Makes sense. Sounds real. Holy fuck, Larry. Surprise, Larry. Ah! How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that. Do you really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun? All right, then. Did you, by chance, fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy? Your son? I guess I kind of lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway? Huh? Oh, how old is he again? Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? The mother? Oh, that chick. The pink princess. Oh, that chick. The pink princess? Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he is looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Yup, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase an astounding fool. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of there. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. And he goes underwater. Hey, wait!
Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble.
I mean, that's classic Larry for you, right? Something smells funny. It's probably the butts. So this is where the Ambassador Alba was to give his speech. The stage was set up nicely. However, where was that audience supposed to sit? Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool. That's such poor planning. If there was no place other than a spot or two by the pool, they really should have made seating arrangements like how the gallery is set up in the court. Indeed. You can sense that consideration for the viewers was taken with those. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time, huh? Yes. Although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. Yeah, probably. Everybody likes to sit down, am I right? Am I right or am I right? You know what I mean? These are some beautiful roses here, and they appear to be well maintained. You're being too nice, Miles Edgeworth. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. How barbaric, no chairs.
Exactly, Baba.
Roses only truly shine when they are grouped by color. One color per location. They lose their beauty when they're all mixed together like this.
I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not. On second thought, there's a rather serious look on her face. I'd better just leave it be.
I should really rethink the proper balance of these roses.
Of all the people to comment on the proper balance of things,
I wouldn't want to watch a movie without seats. Yeah, right? Who would want to stand an entire movie? Fuck. Or play? Even play would almost be worse. I don't know why. But to me, it seems like a play would be way more tedious just to be standing up through the whole thing. Not that I haven't seen people do that. In my high school, usually it was for the musicals, they would sort of sell out of the seats, or I don't know that all the seats were taken, but there would be certain people who would just stand the whole time. I guess because there wasn't enough seats for them to sit by the rest of their family, so everybody just decided to stand, but it definitely happened. There were definitely people who stood the entire time. I feel like that would be horrible. Alright, looks like we gotta talk to Lang now.
Have you finished checking out all the bystanders?
Yes, sir.
And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct.
Agent Lang,
Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor.
I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier.
Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did.
After I left, did you receive word from the Ambassador Alba?
We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of the day today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. As if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Like, why didn't we just have this conversation like this the whole time? That's so weird. It was a trend in the Middle Ages for peasants to stand, but I like to think we are better than that, right? Yeah, like the theater in the round, right? The pit was where all the peasants would go at the bottom. They just had to stand, and all the rich people would be up in the seats and stuff, right? Oh, sorry, the Globe Theater. A theater in the round is just what kind of theater you could be at, but yeah, it's the Globe Theater, right? Where Shakespeare did his stuff. You finish chewing this bite. Yeah, I was thinking the Globe Theater. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I got you, Baba. I know what you mean. We're going to ask him about the Yatagarasu's appearance. No, God damn it, Nat, get out of here! It's like I get fucking triggered. As soon as I see him right in front of my fucking nose, dude, I'm fucking triggered, man.
You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time.
Don't make me use my muscles, because I'll use
Oh, I'll fucking use him, Bob. That was a good time for that one.
So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct?
Yeah, I saw the thief all right, with my own 2 eyes.
You did, or you saw the shadow?
The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for the Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of, "It's the Yatagarasu!" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out. And by the time we got the area lit again, the deft thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain. The Yatagarasu was here.
So you're saying that, basically, all you saw was the thief's silhouette.
Yes.
And you didn't see the thief. If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else.
Ha! Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape. Not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right.
Someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis.
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I figured out its true origin. I expected no less from my subordinate. Now, let's hear what you know on the subject. What really cast the shadow of the Yatagarasu? Oh, okay. So I think I'm right on the statues, right? I feel like this is one of them. Because see how she's got her fingers all fanned out? That could be like all the feathers or whatever from the wings, because it's supposed to look like a very bird-like thing, because the Yatagarasu is like a bird, kind of. I don't know. It's a little far-fetched with how pointy all those things are. I don't know. Let's take another look. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Could be the sword one as well. Because it's like kneeling, right? It seems like from the location, though, it would have been this one. This one looks like it's in a better location to cast that shadow. I don't know. I'm going to try this one. Here, I'll show you guys the shadow again. It's showing me at the top screen. It almost feels like it'd be a combination of things. Like maybe it's both this and that leaf thing as well. Oh no, this has got to be part of it though, right? All right, let me see. Oh, damn it. Present is a click one. Take that! It's a Pokemon. Who's that Pokemon? Did you ever get that working, Papa? I totally forgot about that. I thought you had it working, right? I don't think I've seen it on your stream yet. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Is it possible that it was created by this statue? Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu. You are correct. However, this statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What is the other part of the real form of the Yatagarasu shadow? I guess it would have to be the other statue as well, then. That's the only thing I could think of. It's both statues stacked. So let's try that. Present! It's another statue. One moment, let me eat this bite. Almost there. It's another statue. The Yatagarasu shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panicked state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow from King Primadew in the battlefield. the shadow of the king's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Yeah, there we go. Likewise, if we set a light up on the queen who spoke of love to King Primadou, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage. Is there still some stuff missing, though? Ah, so if we were to combine the two shadows... That's still just part of it, right? Oh, I guess I was wrong about the first one then, right? I guess I thought the fingers, it was going to be, like, closer to the statue. I guess maybe not.
It looks nothing like the Atagarasu's shadow. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape?
Yeah, calm down, Francesca. The way the light needs to be shown on the queen statue is wrong.
What do you mean by that?
I believe that the whole of the king's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow.
Only one part?
Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Atagarasu's shadow.
Why did you say that in the first place?
No, right. I apologize.
Now, what part of the queen's statue was used to complete the Atagarasu's shadow?
It would have to be the hand, right? I mean, it seems fairly obvious that it's a hand. It's just like, it's weird that in the shadow, they're like really pointy. You know what I mean? But her fingers would have, they look like they're like realistic fingers that would be round, right? But I mean, that definitely has to be it. It has to be. Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of?
Ah!
That's right. It can only be the shadow of the queen's left hand. Francesca, can you please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the queen's left hand?
All right. Let's give it a try and see what we get.
Boom! It looks exactly like it.
It's...
Yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also a part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Atagarasu's shadow had vanished, which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. Oh, sorry, that was Francesca saying that. So you see, the Atagarasu never did visit Albahast tonight. The only country that the thief visited was Babal, although it can be assumed that the Atagarasu had an accomplice in Alabast.
An accomplice?
But who? I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show.
I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice.
Investigation complete!
Nice.
I don't know who would be saying this. How's the investigation going? Is this? Oh, it's bad. How's the investigation going? Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Atagarasu? I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge. He's reaching! And my only target from the very beginning is the Atagarasu. So yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it.
We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come.
It's gonna be something that makes Kay guilty, I guess, right?
So if you please.
When people heard of the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed
I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist. Oh, shit. Hell yeah, we get to see a lot of more. If he's using, I'm telling you, I'm a genuine, that's gotta be. We saw a lot before. We barely got to talk to her, but it seems like she might be about to enter the show here. Oh, lot of heart. Photographer. She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. Is that supposed to be the Tagarasu? Just above the stage? What in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air! The times, they're a-changing. It's not just man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires, when the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. Why does he talk in like short bursts? It's so weird. I see. So this was taken after the fire. Well, the Yatagarasu data jotted in the organizer. Okay, so it wasn't as like incriminating to Kay as I thought it would be. You just said that you might regret it, so as I thought, well, I mean, maybe that means that it's gonna be bad for one of our friends, right? Give me one moment, please. Oh. I see. Okay. Sorry. Behind the scenes stuff, doesn't matter. The blur in this picture took off from the Babalese embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Albast.
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight.
Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Was that... oh, what was his name? Oh, fuck. The fabulous magician from the circus. What was his name? Oh, man. What was his name? I felt like it was right on the tip of my tongue. I don't know. Whatever. I can't remember his name. He was the magician guy.
Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well, too, actually.
Maybe it happens more often than we think. Maximilian Galactica. Thank you. All I had to hear was Max, and I remember the rest of it. Thank you, Crispy.
Fabulous, dear, fabulous.
Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, Yatagarasu took off from the Babalese embassy, so I should start from there.
Francesca, I need to return to the Babal investigation for a bit.
All right.
Okay, I'm leaving.
I'll continue investigating on this side of the building.
All right, I'm counting on you.
Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's go back to our investigation.
Yes, let's. You know, she like punches the air. Like, yeah, fucking let's go, dude. Have you looked at the sign yet? There's a sign here warning passers-by to take precautions around this renovation site.
They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere.
I believe Ambassador Palanejo said it was to attract more tourists and visitors.
But what can they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth?
How about transforming it into a courthouse?
Hey, be serious.
But I was being serious.
But of course. God, this place, I forgot it caught on fire. This place is fucked up.
March 14th, 10:37 p.m. Bobble's Embassy, Secretariat's office.
To think after all that running around, we're right back where we started.
It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Palanejo, but I have yet to find his killer. Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu.
Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu was a noble vigilante who is only out to steal the truth.
Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, all right?
Mr. Palanejo.
Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything.
Thank you, Mr. Palanejo. You're a total gentleman.
You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss.
Hey, Sir Palanejo.
Well, those two sure got chummy all awfully quick.
You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin?
We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted.
Yeah, when I came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Cohen's killer.
We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key to the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved.
I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Cohen's killer.
Yet again, we don't know that.
There are too many mysteries to be solved in this case.
Speaking of the Yatagarasu in mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad.
Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too?
Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years.
Uncle Bad.
Now then, I was told that this photo was taken right after the fire.
What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all?
I don't know the answer to that question, but I don't think people can fly either.
But this could be how that person escaped.
And we'll just put a happy little follow right here.
Hey, MothRX, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Are you new here? Thanks for coming in. I hope you're having a good time. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate ya. Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Begin investigation! The Bobble's Embassy. There's trash everywhere. This is filthy. Ambassador Palanejo, would you happen to know what these charred remains are of? I don't know, actually. But I don't think there was anything there that should have been flammable. Don't be shy. Say hi if you want. Absolutely. Yeah, feel free to say hi in the chat, Moth. We are more than happy to get to know you. But if you want to lurk, that's okay, too. Lurkers are welcome. But I don't think there was anything flammable there that should have been, or there wasn't anything there that should have been flammable. Nope, I almost went to Dola's voice on accident. Hold on. There we go.
And so it remains a mystery as to what was burned here.
A grandfather clock. This one resembles the one in Alabast. No, that clock has been with us since back when we were still Kadopia.
That is one big clock. Hey, does this one have a bird that pops out like a cuckoo clock?
I'm sorry, but no. Oh, but I'm sure you'll love its chime.
Really? It's going to be 11 soon, so maybe I'll get to hear it then.
Is it that time already? Time sure flies when I'm involved in an investigation, or when I'm streaming. It seems to do that a lot.
Oh, it's not that late. The night's only just begun.
Okay, it's not good for you to stay up late, you know. You're still growing.
Yes, Gramps.
Nice one. Get him, Kay.
It looks like all of these souvenirs are suffered damage. Okay. It looks like all these souvenirs suffered some damage from the fire. I just don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Atagarasu.
You hear that? It's not that late, Domm. Right? Hey, speak for yourself, miss. It's the fucking morning for you. Crispy. Yeah, it's not that late for you. I know that. That's funny. I wish I could take that attitude. The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems.
I know, because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf.
You would steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere.
You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all.
It's 12 p.m. now. Midday there. It's lunchtime. But could you really rob someone of their valuable memories like that?
No! Because even if I take that souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories.
But you just said that the memories make it valuable. I guess memories can make it valuable without having the memories. I get it. So this...
We still don't know where the blade of the Babbly's knife went. Could it be that the killer walked away with it?
Could be. Cheesecake and sugar-free creaming soda time. You're getting some creaming soda? All right. Is it soda that makes you cream? Sounds good. I'll have two. We do want to talk to this guy. Let's talk to him. Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask you about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was one more... Well, there was more than one tonight. Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Babbly's embassy tonight. What a bother of all it was. It's pink. Oh, sounds good. I always feel like it needs to have some ice cream in it. Oh, nice. Hell yeah, that'd be good. I'd be down. A little float action. My nose is doing that thing where it clogs because I'm doing voices again. Hold on. It's the weirdest thing. I think there's certain voices. Maybe it's like Kay's voice, where I'm like extra nasally and it makes my nose clog up. Like one of those retro drinks. Retro drinks? What do you mean? Retro drinks. Like Tab? I'm just trying to think of an example of a retro drink, and that's the only drink I could think of being retro. Maybe Surge now. Crunchy. One moment. All right, that was the last bite. Something you see in a diner. Soda with ice cream and such. Oh, okay. You think of like a float as like a retro thing? Okay, you're just talking about floats, right? Maybe like even in that glass, like a diner glass float. I get what you're saying. I guess I never really thought of that as retro, but I see why you say that. Yeah. Hell, even if it being retro, I'd have one right fucking now.
Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the Jammin' Ninja show.
Ah, well, the first occurred at the start of the Jammin' Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. And the fire after the Jammin' Ninja show was the second one of the night? Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one.
Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently, right after the fires, when the 4th and 5th floors were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out.
So that's when it was taken. That does change some stuff. That's what they're called. I don't know how I make association. I think it's probably because we see it in a lot of old movies and stuff, right? Like diners and stuff aren't really all that, especially like the style of diners in like the 50s and 60s is not really like a thing anymore. It's like only specialty places do that because they're trying to be that kind of diner anymore. You know, I don't know. That's why I understand what you mean, but yeah. But in America, you can still get like, at least in America, I'm sure other places too, but you can certainly just like get root beer floats, specifically root beer floats. I don't know if it's common to use any other like drink, but definitely root beer floats are very popular here. My family used to make them all the time growing up as well. I mean, you can't get them everywhere, but there's definitely places that sell them. We have a retro-looking diner here. I think it's American-inspired. Probably, yeah. I think that America's probably very much associated with that style of restaurant, right? That's one of the things that kind of originated here, I guess. I mean, I would assume so. It definitely feels like every time you look at something that's like back in like the 50s or 60s, like a movie or anything that's set in that time, there's always a diner involved, dude. It's always exactly one of those. Or like a soda parlor, I think is what they used to call them. So it's like a place just to go get drinks, and that's all it was, but it would have ice cream and soda, and I think that's where maybe it was invented, the or something. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass right now. But I'm pretty sure soda parlors were a thing, and diners were really big. But the soda parlor thing I've only ever seen in movies, so for all I know, it's just a construct created by Hollywood. I don't know. I've never seen actual evidence. And of course, as we know, evidence is everything in the courtroom.
So then what was the extent of the damage in the second fire?
The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above that caused it. That's... how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor. Manny's office here. And Manny himself. All gone in the blink of an eye. Fires in Babal.
I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Palineo.
Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Cohen's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy all day, from morning until now. First I woke up, and then I brushed my teeth. After that, I had a roll for breakfast. This guy gives me the creeps. Oh, no, I totally know what you mean. It's that weird hand thing that he's doing. Where he pulls one finger at a time out and back in, and then rubs his hands together. It feels so suspicious. It's not as much hospitable, because it's also weird because he's the ambassador, but he almost gives me like a butler feel. Like he's here to serve you. Let me serve you. But he's actually like the top guy here. And so that's kind of weird. And so that kind of makes his whole hand rubbing thing seem kind of sus to me for some reason. But I totally get what you mean. He's definitely kind of creepy, right? Fascinating. How about if we just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you'd like a condensed version? All right, I can do that for you. Morning activities. So what did Mr. Cohen and you do this morning? Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jammin' Ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up this office. You helped clean Mr. Cohen's office. Why were you not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Well, those renovations are probably fucked up now because of the fires. Which is why both the Primadou statue and the Babali's knife set are down here. I see. Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files and we no longer needed and expired some coupons in the fireplace.
I bet cleaning up in the fireplace must have been a real pain, though, huh?
Ah, about that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek without a Manny here to get angry at me. He never opens his eyes. Yeah, he only does when he's like surprised or serious, right? He'll like back off and then all of a sudden he has his eyes open. And he's got very like green eyes, doesn't he? An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger. Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning, he got mad at me. I spilled some Babali's ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see. And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. Seems like the whole green flame might come up here.
Apparently, orders go up to the chain of command around here.
I should have emphasized the word up. They go up the chain of command here. That was the big point. But that's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning.
Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all.
Afternoon activities. I just found something amazing, so I had to share in Domm chat. Okay, let's check it out. Let me go ahead and get the big screen up. Oh. Wrong monitor. Oh, nope, that's Spotify. I didn't mean to open Spotify. I meant to open Discord. There we go. In Domm chat. Nice. Whoa, what the fuck? Can I make this bigger? Oh man, that's as big as it gets. Somebody just like warped the fuck out of Edgeworth, making him spin, and then it's like, what the fuck? I wish it was bigger, dude. Let me see. Are either of these gonna show it? That crops it. They're both crop it a little bit. Fuck, dude. What if we kept it here and did it like this? Nope. It's still off the screen. Damn it. There's no easy way to view it. It's too small. Well, I think it's cool. I can see it. Hopefully that's good enough, I guess. No words. Yep, no words. I wonder why somebody bothered to do that. I mean, I think the spinning thing is fun, but then the rest of it, I'm not really sure why. You know what I mean? Where are we at? There we go. All right, afternoon activities. Thanks for sharing, Crispy. Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cohen did this afternoon. Might have to call it quits here pretty quick before we get too much into this, because I feel like we're pretty close to the starting of this section. So we might actually go ahead and finish our conversation with Palineo and call it there. Because I don't want to get too into this, you know what I mean? This game is not giving me as good a breakpoints as the first 3 Phoenix Wright games. But we'll work with it, it's all good. Well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatrum Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone.
So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show.
A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater. Because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show.
There was a commemorative photo op at the end.
It was a fantastic photo of the 3 of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo with the Jammin Ninja.
He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador.
But I thought we just said he did nothing but clean this morning. Is he overworked or what? They just want you to keep playing. They do. They definitely do. I agree. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out, and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully, no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Cohen again after the start of the Steel Samurai show? Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep.
See there, he opened his eyes there. Very green. I see. Ambassador Palanejo, I thank you very much for your help.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there is anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, all right?
There we go. I think that's where we're going to have to leave it tonight, unfortunately. Let me go ahead. We'll save in the game. Oh, actually, no, we'll do that last because that makes us leave the game. I forgot about that. So first, we're going to save in all 4 of our save slots. Boom, 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 boom. Saved 4 times. And then we're going to save in the game. There we go. And that's our stream for tonight, guys. Let's jump on over to the ending screen, shall we? So thank you to everybody for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. Hope you guys enjoyed the story so far. I wonder if we'll be getting close enough to finish it next week. I honestly don't know. I doubt it, though. Usually the final case of any of these games is like a 4-parter, at least for me. So I kind of doubt we'll finish it next week, but we would definitely will be continuing it, obviously, next week. So, but as far as for the rest of this week, though, we got some cool stuff coming up this weekend. But first of all, tomorrow we'll be starting Yakuza Kiwami. So that is the basically Yakuza 1. They remade it or remastered it or whatever, and they called it Kiwami. So we're going on to what is essentially Yakuza 1 after Yakuza 0. So that's pretty exciting. You get to find out what happened to Majima and Kiryu, I assume, but I don't know. We'll find out. So that's tomorrow. And then on Saturday, we have Papa streaming. Let me go ahead and pop up that schedule really quick. As you can see, on Saturday, we have Papa streaming late that night. And that will actually be like sort of the unofficial start to our 24-hour stream, which comes up on Sunday. So as you can see on Sunday, we do have a Strange Planet day that we are trying to put in there. But this Sunday is a special Sunday. This Sunday, we have our 24-hour stream. Boom! 24-hour takeover, Strange Planet. So that will start essentially, honestly, right after Papa's stream on Saturday. The 24-hour stream will start. So if you want to include Papa's stream in the 24 hours, you're more than welcome to consider that. But anyways, it's the official start of the 24 hours right after Papa's stream. Aaron's going to get on and he's going to stream until for 7 hours. I'm not sure exactly what time it is for him. Time zones make it hard to like be too specific, but anyways, he's going to be streaming for about 7 hours, and then Noah will pick it up for about 7 hours, and then I'll pick it up for about 7 hours, and then Papa will pick it up for about 7 hours. And so we're going to cover 24 hours in all of that, more than 24 hours. So at any point during the day on Sunday, if you're available to hang out, please check it out, see who's online. If you need to find out who's online, you can do that in Discord. In fact, let me see if I can give an example of that. Where do I have that? I was just testing this earlier today. Boom! There we go. Oh shit, the chat's in front of it a little bit. Either way, so there's the Discord up there. You can see it. If you go up to the very top, there's this one that says Strange Planet Live. If you click on that, you can see all the games that, or all the streamers that are live right now as part of Strange Planet. So if Papa, Noah, Aaron, or I are live, you're gonna see a post in that channel, and as soon as we are no longer live, it deletes the post. So if there's a post in that channel, that means we're live, so click it and come hang out. So that's the best way, is to find out who is live at any given point during the day on Sunday. Check this and then come hang out with us, please. And if you haven't joined the Discord, I know there has been some new people tonight. Let me go ahead and throw the Discord link in there. There's the link, how to Discord. There we go, and there's how you join the Discord as well, right here, if you need some instructions. That's how you'll be able to get to my Discord, because under the, you'll be greeted with the join a server channel. And here you'll see that you have my logo here, the DD logo. Just click on that bad boy. That'll give you access to everything in the server that's mine. If you want to follow any of the other boys, just click on theirs. And then if you want to be a part of like Strange Planet community stuff all together, click that Strange Planet logo. It's the far right one. So there you go. That's how you join. But yes, Crispy, yes, no more Dan. Yes, Dan is gone. Dan has left us for different pastures. I'm not going to say the greener because I think we have the greenest pastures. So but yeah, so don't expect Dan to be around anymore. Not that he was around very much before, to be honest. Just being honest. So yeah. Which I guess we're going to have to update some of the fan art, aren't we? We'll get there. Anyways, I think that's all the announcements I have, guys. Dan has left the building. Exactly, Crispy. Exactly. So I think that's all I have. Trying to think. Yep. I think that's all I got. So without further ado, let's raid. We'll probably raid out to Papa, as you saw in there. He is live playing in a VR fishing game, which sounds honestly like a lot of fun. So let's go in there and check it out and see how cool it is. All right, there is the raid message. I'm sure Papa will be happy to see that. If anybody wants to copy that, I will copy it myself. There we go. /raid Papa Wolf. Oh, see, that's a great emo right there. See, I didn't have to look at that for about a millisecond, and I knew exactly what that emo was. Hell yeah, Crispy. We'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Thank you to all of you for hanging out. And until I see you guys next time, stay happy, stay healthy. I love you all. And we'll see you tomorrow for some Yakuza Kiwami. All right, raid on to Papa, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Ba-ba-dee-ba-da-ba-ba.